screen everybody loves to see. In fact, we're on this screen today because we don't have any Jamie. Wait, which screen is it? I'm not sharing.
You're sharing your voice.
Right, let's kick things off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to another episode of Natural Wonders. We're on episode 13 now. It's been amazing so far, and I'm very excited to jump back in. Exactly where we left off last week, as we had a bit of technical difficulties. Discord decided it wasn't going to work anymore, so we had to stop the game. But we're back, and hopefully, no shenanigans from Discord this week. We're going to do our regular shout-outs. I'm sure those of you who are here regularly know who we are by now, but for those of you who might not, or might be here for the first time, we're going to go ahead and start things off with Sam.
Oh, yeah, I also do have my own stream on Twitch, Sam JKP, and Sam JKP. Play a lot of Pokemon, a lot of bits and bobs. I said this yesterday as well in Day 20, but Subnautica's out now on Switch, so I'll probably be streaming that if people are interested in that. So yeah, come along and hang out and all that good stuff.
Good. We'll go around the circle. Dean, you're up next, buddy.
Yeah, I also do Twitch and YouTube, PlayMods98. Had a new video go up yesterday, which has already got over 100 views. It was pretty nuts. 25 plus shiny montage. You want to check that out and see me scream over some sparkly Pokemon, then feel free.
And last but not least in this case, Ewan, you are in charge of shouting out that channel.
Yeah, Dirty 20 Live. I'll likely be in the chat tonight. We do D&D every Sunday at 4 p.m. UK time. Sorry if I seem a little distracted. I'm trying to set up my screen. But yeah, 4 p.m. UK time, D&D every week Sundays. We had Mitch on.
I was
yesterday,
there.
which was great.
Great
It,
session.
it was so fun.
Amazing. We do a few other things from now and then, from map making and other RPGs. But I've gone on long enough. Sundays, 4 p.m.
It's all good. I mean, hopefully I can get back in there because my character chased a vampire into a vent on his own.
That was an ending.
He'll either never be seen again or he'll be back next week. We'll see. But there are no announcements for me. I guess if you want to see more of me, I stream sometimes on twitch.tv/LambertRain. I've been playing some Dead by Daylight at the moment. I'm only shouting out because recently I've been back on there, back live. But without further ado, I gotta say this. I've been thinking in my head, how cool would it be if Darth Vader was a killer in Dead by Daylight? Like, I keep thinking back to that end. You know that spoilers for Fallen Order. Do you know the end of Fallen Order? When it's just like run. That vibe, but in Dead by Daylight would work really well. But it would never happen.
No, it won't. No.
That slight tangent.
Well, there is
You should just make a Dead by Daylight style game mode on Battlefront.
Oh, that would be cool. That'd be but
awesome,
slight tangent. That's over. We're going to go ahead and get started today with a recap from me that is not a scroll because I'm just bad at this nowadays. I don't know what's going on. My time management has gone completely out the window. Last week, after resolving things with the Wookiees, you guys had basically rescued the village with some assistance from the rebels. We picked up as the cleanup of that whole mess had begun, and it had mostly been wrapped up. One of the two shuttles had been disposed of by the rebels, leaving Azure leader on the landing platform as the other two had departed Kashyyyk and made their way back to wherever it is they came from. As you guys sort of discussed your plans, where it was going to be that you would head to next, where the next leg of your journey would take you, Azure Leader let herself onto your ship and requested to speak with Kalal in private, and that conversation revealed that in some way or another Kalal is either a part of or involved with the rebellion in some form or way, and that he would be recruiting for the rebellion, and he was very adamant that this be kept secret. Azure Leader agreed. She seemed very satisfied with the answers Kalal had given her, and she departed as well. You guys made your way out of the atmosphere of Kashyyyk. As you had narrowed it down to a few different locations, but you had decided that you'd be taking a pit stop on the smuggler's moon of Nar Shaddaa. The plan, I believe, is spearheaded by Tutklesh, of course. Before you could jump to light speed, you were suddenly assaulted by 3 TIE fighters, one slightly more curved and slick in design. And that is where we left off last week, as we had some technical difficulties. So right now, we're going to jump straight back in to some combat, as you guys are being fired upon by these TIE fighters. You had survived a barrage. I believe that both of the TIE fighters had actually missed their initial shots, and now it was the final one's turn.
Didn't it hit? Well, the silencer hit, right?
He hadn't rolled yet, I don't think. Oh yes, I rolled a crit, didn't I? Well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to re-roll our light side and dark side points. Or do we? Did I already clear the pool?
You haven't cleared the pool.
No, you haven't cleared it. We've got 7 light sides.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I feel
That's a lot
bad
of light
taking
side.
that away from you guys.
I feel like, should we re-roll after combat, because this would have ended last session.
Yes, we'll re-roll it after this encounter. That's what
Right, everyone use it.
we'll do.
Yeah.
Because
will get
this
us
is
through combat.
this is kind of like we're finishing up last week's session, and then we're going from there. So the striker, or the TIE striker is what I've dubbed it, did hit, and it had rolled a critical hit. So we're going to roll with that. We're going to continue on from that.
Ooh,
So,
okay.
I need the books. Oh my god, I put them away. Give me 2 seconds. I'm such a dumbass.
I've been like reading intensely on the ship modifications as well.
Oh yes, that's like a whole thing that
Oh
we can
god,
totally
it
get
looks
into.
so sexy.
Yeah, we can really fucking trick out that crate fang.
Do you know how much our ship is worth?
Quite a bit. Quite a bit.
I think it might be about 110,000 credits.
God damn.
Whoa.
Well, that's new. That's new off the production line, my friend.
Touche.
But
We don't need a big ship.
you,
Yeah,
well,
well, Sal did some good work to it, you know.
he did.
See a glitter in Dean's eyes as he's like, I got to pay off my debts.
Okay, so this is a forward-mounted laser cannon.
Like him.
So it's a linked weapon. So this weapon hits a second time for equal damage to the first hit. Okay. What you notice is, as this TIE striker he does like a 360 sort of like barrel roll style maneuver as he fires. The color of these beams are different. You're used to the TIEs firing these sickly green laser beams. These ones seem to be blue in color, and they're like crackling electricity as the shot lands and it hits the ship. You don't feel that kind of like lunge of impact. You see consoles, those of you in the cockpit, start sparking and malfunctioning. You see the lights flicker as the whole ship loses power briefly as you take 12 system strain.
Oh, fucking hell.
As that,
Oh, system strain. Hold on.
as some of you may know,
That's
that is an ion
That's-
weapon.
the 12 system strain.
It's a lot. It's a lot of
that's-
system
that's-
strain.
We're met our threshold and over it.
Wait, what is your strain threshold?
We
I
were
thought
on
it's
7 out
14.
of 14. Yeah, we're
Oh.
on 7 out of 14.
Okay, interesting. We'll see what happens.
Really regret that one time I punched the console.
I thought you guys were on 0 strain because my token isn't linked to that specific one.
Because you've got me.
Yeah, you're keeping track of it, but I have Ace. For the sake of the token, I couldn't.
Do we
choose
not
that
all
one.
have? Do we all have the same? Are we all attached to the same sheet?
You guys all should be, yeah.
Yeah, when I open Crate Fang, it's just I just get bio and info, and then it's just an empty white page.
I tell you what, yeah. Can you not
Am
go
I
to
on
the?
there to edit it, but I'm not on there to view it? Is that what it's?
I was keeping track of it in my character sheet because that's what we said I was doing. So
Here we go.
Oh yeah, that'll be.
I've realised why that's an issue now. If you see the separate Crate Fang sheet, I've just added it so that everyone can edit and control it.
There we go. Now I can see more of it.
So-
Yeah, there we go.
What is your
Regardless,
strain threshold?
We definitely were 14, and regardless, I'm sure we definitely picked up a 2 system strain anyway.
Okay.
From the combat.
All
So I
right.
think-
So with that, then
You punched the console. Someone did.
That was a while ago, though, in my defense.
So we're on 14, right?
Would that have been taken away by when it was repaired? Because that was before it was repaired, right? Oh, maybe not.
when the
Actually,
ship,
someone did something after it got repaired. Because I remember us going, "We've just repaired the ship."
someone
And
punched
someone's
it,
just
right?
punched something.
Someone
Oh,
punched the nav computer, I think.
What did I punch it last session when I punched the
was-
desk and the camera moved? Because I.
And the camera. I'm not sure.
I thought it was Z.
Okay,
Punch
No,
the nav,
I
right?
ripped the thing out of one of the shuttles.
I
Oh, it's
wasn't
frozen
expecting
again.
that, but with that, you guys notice the ship is getting a lot slower all of a sudden, as you are now
Oh, fuck.
powered down. Well, you're not getting slower, I guess, because it's space. But you have no control over the trajectory of the ship anymore. The engines have shut down, and you're now just. What speed were you going? You guys were like speed 3 or 4.
We went up to max. didn't we?
Speed
Yeah,
4.
4.
So you guys are now hurtling at full speed, just out into space
Fuck.
as these
Do we-
TIE fighters.
Is the ship completely shut down? Is that all the power
Yeah, we
gone?
got ion.
From
we
what
got
you can
ion
tell, the engines have shut down. You're not sure about other systems.
The power steering's still working.
You cannot
Are we
steer the
meant-
ship.
Are we meant to focus like system strain on specific systems, or is it just the ship's
The whole ship as a
system
whole.
strain?
The system strain is like your personal strain, so it goes for the whole ship. But for
Okay.
this thematically, he's hit your engines, and the
I
engines
see.
are powered
Okay.
down, and you're now gliding. You can't steer. You've lost control of the ship. You're just heading in a direction. You're not sure about the weapon systems, or the scanners, or the nav computer, or any of that. All right.
Ion cannons
Okay.
essentially like what's it called? What's the EMP? It's essentially
In a
an
way,
EMP.
it's like an EMP, yeah. Okay, so this is
me.
either Took or Z.
Ooh.
Fuck.
Who's going?
I'm gonna fire back at the fucking.
So
TIE
Took,
fighter.
the chair feels like a bit stiffer. You've not got that assist of it being powered on. You have to fight to aim, but you can still do it. So I'm
Well,
gonna
I
add a
can-
setback dice, but you can
Can I aim?
fight. You can
Can I take
aim.
an aim? Yeah, I'm gonna take an aim action.
So you're gonna add a blue dice. I'm gonna add a black dice because you're fighting against this
Yeah.
stiff movement of this chair.
Okay. And did you put the blue dice on or shall I?
I'll do it.
Nice. It's the gunnery skill, right?
It is
Oh,
gunnery.
Or is it's on the vehicles? Oh, it's on the vehicles sheet, isn't it?
Yeah, there should be a cannon there. Who are you firing at?
Silencer, the front.
The main one at the front.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Don't want that again.
I am. Do they have armor?
Dorsals? Oh, I'm not on the dorsal. I'm on the bottom.
All right.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Oh, I can't find character. Cool.
Just
I
do
do
gunnery
my
on
gunnery?
your sheet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember some people had trouble with the ship sheet for some reason, but that'll do.
Weird. Gunnery. Fuck.
Unlucky.
Can I use-
So
Can I use that to remove some strain on the system? Like,
you did.
Can't
It wasn't a successful check.
it has to be a success. To use
Could use a
advantage.
light side point if you want.
Yes. Wait. Oh fuck. Of course. Yeah, we've got light side points. Wait.
Yeah.
To auto succeed or.
I will allow you to auto succeed this hit. Yeah.
I keep forgetting we can auto succeed hits with light side. Yeah, I'll do that.
I'll allow that. So you want to go ahead and click use light side? There we go. Cool. Just remember, I will use dark side points as well.
Yeah. I know you will.
Okay, cool. So, how much damage does your gun do? I believe it's 6, right?
8 or might be 6. Yeah, let me check. I think it's
Yeah,
6.
I got it here. It's 6. So
Yeah.
you blast at the TIE fighter. Is armor like soak or is defense like soak for fucking spaceships? I forget.
think they've got their own armor, right?
They've got armor and defense, but not soak. I'm trying to remember.
I think. Oh god. I think armor is.
I think
It sounds
defense is
crazy
soak.
if they would. Yeah, because it would be weird for them to then flip the use of armor, have it give armor
Yeah.
the same word in the same game, two completely different meanings depending
Alright.
on the situation.
All right then. In that case, Took, you fight the chair and you manage to just aim, and where the trajectory of the ship has kind of leveled out, there's not too much movement to worry about. You line it up, you pull the triggers of the ship, and the weapons do fire. You directly hit the cockpit of that tire at the front. You see the inside of the cockpit ignite, and then it explodes.
What? Whoa!
It's one gone.
The was that the TIE silencer? What?
Yeah.
Insane. What?
Squishy boys.
Very squishy.
All right. Up next, unless you've got anything else you want to do, Took, I think you used everything you can. Z, in the pilot seat, what are you doing right now? You've lost all control of the ship. You're sitting
So
duck.
would I know that it's something to do specifically with like the engines and?
I
the
mean, you
power?
definitely know the engines are out of power. And you're familiar with ion weapons for sure.
Okay, I am gonna give like main control to Zakian,
Uh-huh.
and I am gonna attempt the damage control.
Okay.
Right, so how I read that. One sec.
How does damage control work?
So because we're above our threshold, it will be a
It'll be
hard
difficult.
check.
And for every success, we gain.
For every success, we can heal system strain.
Okay. So it's 3 purple dice.
Does it go above the threshold then?
It
So I
can
suppose-
go above the threshold.
So
Yeah.
it says damage to hull trauma or system strain less than half its threshold, 1 purple dice. More than half its threshold, 2 purple dice. More than its threshold, 3 purple dice. So
there
imagine
you
it
go.
can-
We're on 19.
19. Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
What would happen if I were to use a light side? Would that only like how?
I'll give you an extra yellow dice for the check.
I'm gonna use a light side. 'cause I
Yeah,
think,
that's fine.
You need it.
So it's I'm only putting 3 green. I don't need to put anything else. You can go ahead and roll. Once you've
It's a
added your
mechanics check, right?
yeah, I believe it's a mechanics check. Use the light side point just so it's flipped.
Yeah, mechanics check.
All right,
And mechanics.
I'm ready for it.
Oh, Z!
Z!
Yellow dice is
Fuck,
on there,
yeah.
right?
That's pretty bad, my dude.
But
Wait,
yeah, there's
yellow
no,
dice.
There's no yellow dice. There's no yellow
You didn't
dice.
add the yellow dice. You didn't add. Oh, was I supposed to add it? Sorry, Sam.
Wait, I'm really stressed right now. So
I
there's
added-
meant to be a yellow dice.
I added the
Yeah.
yellow dice. I'll tell you what we'll do. Just roll the I'll roll the yellow dice for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to add to it a success. So at least there's one success. So Z, you immediately start hammering away on a console and trying to figure out how to like re-engage all the systems, and it's just completely locked up as the shocks from the system lash up your arms. You take 2 strain, and the ship takes 1 system strain. With that
Okay, I'm
success,
now-
knocking 1 off.
I'm now at my
Down.
strain threshold.
All right.
You say it knocked off one off on all.
Because of the success, that would reduce 1, right?
One system strain.
Yeah, we'll roll like that.
That's
but
success.
but because he rolled 4
Wait.
despair or 4 threats, then I'm taking away.
So it did nothing.
So it did
Yeah.
nothing.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, you
So, am I
Yeah.
taking the 2 strain?
you do, yeah.
I'm at my threshold.
All right.
That's
Okay.
a you problem.
Nothing happens right now.
Okay.
Nothing happens for this exact moment. Okay, Z, that is your turn though, because you're at your strain threshold. So now it can be any player character.
I've looked on the book, by the way, and it says that the defense rating is added black dice depending on the rating of the defense.
On the ship.
On the ship.
Which- yeah, for ships, yeah.
So it's armor, basically.
So what the hell is the armor rating of a ship then?
Soak. That must be soak.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's
it's
so.
It's the weird way to do it.
Yeah.
Regardless,
'cause
it's fine.
I had to check.
It's all good. It's all good. Who's going up first? Otherwise, Bip's gonna try and shoot one of these TIE fighters.
I'll go.
All right.
Okay, realizing that we have no control at all.
Yep.
Ship. I just leave it, get up, and I'm gonna also do damage control.
All right. So you're gonna attempt to restore some of the ship.
Yes.
You can go ahead and do that, my friend. It's just a hard check still, right?
Yeah.
All right. No successes, but 2 advantage. It's not a success, so you take some time to assess the scenario, and you also you like push the Z out of the way and start trying to initialize the engines and things. Have a bit more luck, and you do reduce the system strain by 2.
System strain
No,
by 2.
because it's on successes, not.
I'm going to allow the advantages in this scenario.
All right, in that case, I have fine tuning, so when reducing the amount of system strain, it reduces 1 additional one.
There you go. So you reduce it by 3. I don't think you're below your threshold yet.
No, we're not. No.
So the ship isn't back on, but it's looking a bit better. Anything else, Zakian?
No.
All right. Who's up next?
You want to go?
I will. Guess I'm still at that kind of like point between the cockpit and the turrets. I am going to. I've got to check again now what the actual thing is. It's fire discipline. That's what I'm thinking of.
Fire discipline.
Yes. So I will. It's a 3 purple leadership check.
Okay.
Let's try that. So I guess I'm doing the same thing again, just shouting between, trying to give like information between the 2 groups.
Yeah, that works.
I'm all over the place. Where's my skills? There we go. Leadership check. Are you ready?
I am indeed ready.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a
Ooh,
big old
baby.
triumph and 2 successes. So
So
it's for
on
every
a success. On a success, add a blue dice to the next attack made from the ship. Affects 1 extra attack per 2 hits. Any advantage or crits rolled may be spent on affected attacks to activate weapon qualities and score critical hits.
Okay.
So I think that means that the next attack hit. Not the next attack hit has a blue dice, and if it hits, it's a crit.
That sounds good to me.
Activates a weapon quality.
Yep. You guys don't have specific weapon qualities, but we'll go with the crit. That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Sounds very
and
cool.
then as my maneuver, I'm going to try and who's flying the ship again?
Right now,
No
no
one.
one.
No one is flying the ship. Okay.
The ship is just drifting incredibly fast.
Okay. I guess I will use my. Fuck. What is everyone doing other than the guys
You
firing?
got bit
He's getting
gunning. Yeah.
electrocuted. And
Z and-
Zakian-
Yeah, they're trying to fix the ship.
Okay. I'm gonna give Chuck a blue dice with my
All right.
assist.
That works.
Yeah.
I'll put that on my sheet.
Okay. Up next, the first tie here. He's going to use his maneuver to lock in on you guys and take the aim maneuver as he steadies out. You guys are sitting ducks right now. It seems incredibly easy for him to hit you. I'm going to give him an extra blue dice on that account. The silhouette, you guys are a...
4, I think.
It all works out because it's like 1 big or 1 smaller. It's just an average check in space. So he is good to go. He's going to go ahead and give it a go. A single success. Oh wait, I didn't add any fucking green dice. He just rolled
That's
2
fine.
blue. So he's a pilot. So he has 2 green and 1 yellow. I'll just re-roll that. You know what, boys? I'll just re-roll it.
Oh no!
First one.
Why?
The first one.
I can't take the first one. It would have been
It's a crit.
I don't know if
Okay.
you know this, Mitch, but we just had our ship repaired.
You did.
And
This Imperial pilot does not know that. It's a critical hit. So,
you should set it on.
he has the linked quality, and he needs an advantage to do that. So, you take 12 damage
Fuck.
to the ship as this assault of green laser fire just spreads across the back of your ship.
That is not good.
They
Take,
ain't so-
if you have any, did we say armor was soak or defense was soak? Sorry.
Yeah. We take so armor soak. So take
Okay.
off 3.
Take off 3.
Okay, that's not bad, but we can't take another one like that. We really cannot.
So you would actually take away 6 because that was 2 separate hits.
Oh,
That was 6 and then 6 again because it's a linked quality.
1, 2, 3.
And I'm going to roll a critical hit.
Oh, I wonder what these are like on ships.
They can be pretty nasty, I'm sure. That's a 19, so I wouldn't worry too much.
Not bad.
Typically higher is worse. When it comes to this stuff, where is my
This
library?
will just so happen to be something that's really bad for us in this specific moment.
Anyone fixing the ship, like something happens to them or
Cheat
something.
sheets.
Anyone fixing the ship gets shot out.
Shot into the fucking trash compactor.
I thought I had added the critical injury for space.
Yeah,
Oh.
guys, if we die, should we just play Among Us tonight?
Among Us stream.
Just change the
I
game.
think we do. We do have. I think we do. Are you talking about the cheat sheet?
Yeah.
What ships?
We do have a Triumph one, yeah.
Yeah. Critical injury table, is it that?
Yeah, but that's
Ship.
not for ships.
Ah.
We've
There's
got
a separate one.
I've got one here that's part 1 Starships Advantage and Triumph.
But that's not the crit one, is it?
That's not the
Oh,
crit
Oh,
table.
do you mean like the crit table? Sorry.
No, but that's still. Is it not part 2?
No.
Yeah, we've got part 1, part 2.
No.
They're things you can do with a Triumph, but the
Ah,
actual
yeah.
table, I don't know.
Oh, the number
Found
table.
it. I found it. So
What's a
it's-
19? You link it as well.
Losing, it's losing power to shields. Okay.
That's alright, we ain't got
Do
anything.
we have shields?
We have shields. Well, no, we don't probably. Oh no, here we go. No, our defenses are shields. Decrease defense in affected defense zone by 1. Oh no, wait. We didn't-
So, the way we said the zones were going to work for this encounter, we said all your defense was in the back.
Oh,
You see on the sheet, there's that little diagram of like up to the sides and back. So your armor at the back will be reduced by 1.
ours are all 0 anyway. Unless that's not.
It would.
filled in
So you had
correctly.
3 armor. It's not been filled in. We just didn't do it on the sheet. It would have been 3 at the back, but instead now it's going to be 2 at the back
To the
All right.
back. I'll write that after 2. Okay.
for the remainder of this combat.
Hold
Okay.
on, and then also until the critical hit is repaired, if the it needs to be repaired. If the ship or vehicle M's, no defense, suffer 1. Oh, if it has no, you suffer a system strain. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So if they keep reducing it, but that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
All right. The next TIE fighter, he is going to use his turn to do the same thing. They're looking to take you out right here.
Or we could get vaporized on it.
Going to take a shot. It's the same shot. In fact, this guy's a little bit worse than his friend.
I didn't cheat.
And he doesn't hit. As you guys see that flash of green
Like,
go
fuck.
flying off past you in the distance. The shot doesn't land. Who's up next? You know what? Bip's gonna fire. Bip's gonna fire. Wait, Took, have you fired yet?
No, I'm gonna fire.
You go.
I'll fire at this one here.
The top guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you add blue
I-
dice from Ewan?
I did. Yeah. Can I use a light side to add a yellow? Is that how it works?
I'll
Oh,
allow it.
154.
I'll use a light side to add a yellow.
You can totally do that.
Are you ready?
No, actually, I'm not. Thanks for asking. I'm ready now. It's just 2 purple. These guys are. about as easy as it gets for you guys right now, I think. I am ready for you, sir. And a success with a single advantage, as you're still kind of fighting against the loss of power. But you do manage to line it up just perfectly. That information collage just seems to come at the right moment as you put pressure on the triggers. And this red beam of energy. The same strike again, directly into the cockpit as the TIE fighter just explodes from the inside out.
Yes.
And that is the second one. Actually, no, wait. Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. Okay. The silencer is dead. It's a player's go. Who hasn't been yet? It's Zakian and Bip, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise we went.
Yeah, we're almost at the end of another round. If you don't mind, Bip's going to try and fire.
Yep, go for it.
So I need his sheet open, actually, don't I? That might help. Bip's going to line up. He's going to take his maneuver to aim, so he's going to add a blue dice. Oh, we did say that last stat would be a critical if it hit, right? But he's dead. He's like
Dead
super
anyway.
dead. So
Super dead. Dead.
yeah. So Bip's going to go for it. His gunnery skill. Which sheet am I on right now? I'm on his sheet. Good. Combat. No skills. Gunnery. Where we at? Roll. All right. Bip is a success as he... Mister, get him! And he lines his shot up.
Should
He
Bip be
fights as the red beam fires from the Crate Fang and strikes the TIE right on its axle between its like wing disc on the right side, and it just peels off, and the TIE fighter loses control and spins, leaving a streak of smoke in space, and then explodes.
I shout down to him. I still beat you. I got 2. You only got 1.
Yes, but that wins the race. Mister always win.
I love all that, but should he have had that blue dice?
Yeah, he took the aim.
Okay.
He took the aim maneuver. So that was easier than I thought it was going to be.
I thought that tied to
Yeah.
Easier than you
Say
thought
that
it
to
was
the
going to
crate
be.
thing.
I mean, look, he nearly like fucking ended you with one attack, I suppose, but
Yeah, I
he was a
thought that
glass
started
cannon.
ridiculous.
So,
Okay.
just to be clear, what's happening now that my strain threshold is reached?
We'll see.
We'll shut you down and we'll sell you for parts.
Yeah.
You'll have to wait, Z.
Let me start making a new character.
Fetch a hefty price, you will.
Send me a sheet.
Being organic.
So you guys are now drifting.
Filthy organics.
Hello.
Biological.
Can you roll for me? Roll a knowledge check, either Core Worlds. I want a Core Worlds knowledge check from you, please.
Okay. It's not going to be great.
You're
You ready for
cool,
me?
isn't it?
Yeah, I'm ready. You recall a specific piece of information about ties. And actually, Zakian, can you roll me a piloting astrogation check for me as well? You both simultaneously in the cockpit of the Crate Fang. It dawns on you as you leave behind this now wreckage field of destroyed ties. It dawns on you very suddenly that ties do not have hyperdrives. You don't just find TIE fighters flying around in space without
Oh,
some
yeah,
sort of
you don't.
carrier, some sort of larger vessel that they've been deployed from. And a sense of dread overcomes you with the realization that there could be a pretty large, sizable Imperial presence very near.
We were how far off out of orbit are we?
Right now, with the increased speed you had taken during that battle, you're a little further away than you started, but you've only recently broken orbit.
And they came from further
Out
in
in
the
space.
system, right?
Yeah.
Right. So they didn't. It didn't look like they came from perhaps a facility off world on world.
Yeah,
You
they-
didn't see them following you from Kashyyyk.
Oh, did we not? I thought we
No.
saw them while we were in the atmosphere.
Something's from
You,
space.
so as you were leaving
That's
atmosphere,
fine.
you saw these little shapes, and they were approaching you. It's like they were heading to Kashyyyk to sort of intercept you.
Okay.
Do with that what you will.
Okay.
They must probably know exactly where we are right now.
I'm gonna leave the gunner seat. Head to the cockpit. What's the damage?
We have a problem. We have a problem, Took.
What?
TIE fighters don't have hyperdrives. That means that there's a carrier in the system.
Yeah. Then let's get out of here. I don't want to stick around and fight a carrier.
Yeah,
That'd be
that's.
good, but we are currently adrift.
Let's
Yeah,
fix the
that's
ship.
no control. I mean, we can, but it's not going to be done that quick.
You should do it. You're so good.
But they take
He's
it
currently
over.
laying on the floor with like twitching a little bit. He's got like
Yeah.
sparks.
You all notice Z is just stood entirely still. Zatkin, you realize now that since that moment where that that shock went through him, he hasn't moved.
I'm just still crouched in the exact same position, just completely still, and there's like sparks just
Okay, I'm going to go over and assess Z.
Yeah, roll a just roll a quick mechanics check for me. I am indeed ready for that. Big success. One threat. That's okay. I will, whilst I remember, I'm going to go ahead and reset the old light side, dark side.
one threat while assessing Z. Z, you gain one you gain one strain.
Oh, no.
No, Zach, can you quickly sort of crouch down and have a look? This seems like a pretty routine thing. You've seen droids like this before. He's overworked his central processing unit, and he's overheated, and he's currently incapacitated for an amount of time. You don't quite. With that roll, you can assume it might be anywhere from 8 to 24 hours.
Can I try something?
You absolutely can try something. Who didn't roll their force point? Because right now it's very dark side oriented.
I might not. I haven't rolled mine.
Oh. Oh.
What a
Oh, it's
swap.
really not with us today.
What a swap
I'm not.
from last week.
I'm not going to roll one for Bip Bip because he's not a player this week. I think that's fair.
We know his track record of rolling dark as well.
I mean, yeah, it's very dark side this week. I'll have to make sure I use that. Yeah, what was you going to try, Carlisle? Sorry.
I'm gonna think back to my time on a very different planet with some other droids. I'm not a mechanic, but I've definitely seen something, and I'm just gonna say to Z, kind of half making this up, half going off of maybe something I've heard. Z, run diagnostic 325, and I'm gonna use my inspiring rhetoric, trying to flavor it for a droid.
Nice.
Hell
like
yeah, that's awesome. So is that a
What?
leadership check or
How does this
something?
work?
It is an average leadership check.
All right, average being 2, right?
Yes.
Sick. Yeah, go ahead. That is ready and loaded.
Okay. Leadership.
Wow.
Okay,
Very good.
So, the way that this works is each success causes one ally in close range to recover 1 strain, and then I can spend an advantage to cause an affected ally to recover an additional strain. So I'm
Okay.
gonna. So
So-
I guess 3 people around me, I don't know who's currently around me, can regain a strain.
Well, everyone
And-
is in the cockpit, so
So I
Was it-
guess the three guys here.
Was it a strain for each success?
Just so I can, for every success, one ally gains 1 strain.
Oh,
So,
I will say
all 3 of
Bip
you
Bip is
regain 1
looking
strain.
quite stressed.
He is.
He is.
Okay.
So he'd like
Sure.
1 if you're giving 1.
I'll give him 1. How stressed is everyone looking? Z will get another one off for the advantage, but one
I'm
other
about-
person can get.
I'm about a third stressed.
How stressed is Bip Bip now? Still pretty on edge.
Miss about half stress.
And Zakian was 1/3 or 2/3.
A third.
Third. Okay. And then Bip Bip, I guess, gets another one.
You're gonna give him 2, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Sakala. This is really
Wait, so-
good.
So Bip Bip got 2 and Z got 2.
And then there's 1 spare, right?
Is there one spare?
Because there was 3 successes.
Oh right. Yeah. So Bip Bip would have got 1. Z and Zakian,
Oh, nice. Okay.
and then Z and Bip Bip gets an extra 1.
All right. That's great. So Z, you are kind of locked in this stance, and you hear these words come in your head: "Run diagnostic," blah, blah, and all of a sudden, your vision bleats out. You could still see and you can still perceive, and now all you see is this like red, like coloured, and this white text, like, and all of a sudden it like disappears, and you can move again.
So what everyone else sees is you hear like whirring inside, like something's happened. He's somehow processed what Kalal said, and then his sensor just.
You do
blows back
hear
up.
in your mind, Z. You hear.
Systems running at dangerous levels. Rest is recommended.
Okay. I I just repeat that out loud. Just systems running at dangerous levels. Rest is recommended. And just stand up slowly and then just sit down on the chair and just like lean. I just lean really far back on the chair like a very drunk, very tired droid, if that was possible.
All right.
Just gonna collapse on the chair.
Is he gonna blow up?
Not yet.
You say yes.
Not yet.
Just after Took says that, I just say self-destruct initiated. Self-destruct initiated.
Turn him off. Turn him off.
This a blow up.
And then I just lift my hand like that, and then it just falls back down.
Oh, so he's a sarcastic one, is he?
He's a funny droid.
Never met a sarcastic droid.
Right, can I ask Mitch, when I checked Z,
Yes.
did I spot anything on him?
Oh, so whilst you were assessing him for damage, you did like a once over. He's wearing quite a large cloak, so you would have had to sort of like shift it to the side in certain areas to examine. You definitely would have noticed that large Z scar, like a weld in the side of him. It's like one of his most prominent features, and you saw like oddly enough, like a bundle of wires or something like that looks like it shouldn't. Something that looked like it should be on the inside, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? But you just kind of dismissed it in the moment as like, oh, that's probably aesthetic damage or something. That's not the cause of the issue. This is definitely his central processing unit being at its peak.
And I didn't spot anything on his body as such.
Well, that bundle of wires
was
would have
carrying-
been like on his. It's like he's carrying it. It's odd.
Okay.
You don't remember seeing it when you was in the cave with him.
And
When
I
he
saw
took
a
his
lot of him in
when
that
he
cave.
when he took
Or a lot
his
of me in that.
he took his cloak off to warm you. You didn't see anything like that hanging off of his or in his cloak or on him.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, Z.
Mitch was there just like.
Stir the pot. Let's go.
Thank you.
Bip kind of like, where should we go now?
Same plan as always. Nosadar. If we can.
Oh, we gotta get the ship working first because we're at max speed and we're flying into the middle of nowhere.
Oh God, let's do that now. Yeah, the ship is still flying at maximum speed. just out into space. I'm gonna have to roll a dice here. I'm sorry.
Not terrifying.
Oh, okay
Ooh,
then. Can pilots make a perception check? Pilots who are conscious.
To me.
That count as me.
I mean, you're not actually unconscious, Z, so you can make one.
Are you still over your threshold?
No, I'm below it now.
Okay.
I'm back.
Ready to roll?
I'm just trying to debate how hard this check should be in my head.
What piloting are we rolling? We've got planetary in space.
Perception,
It'll be
sorry,
space,
just the
wouldn't it?
perception
Oh,
check.
perception. Sorry. Okay.
I'll make this just an average check. Yeah, go for it. All right, Zakian, with your exceptional skills in the perceptive arts, you peek out the front sort of windscreen of the ship, and as you mentioned, we're currently drifting at maximum speed. You look ahead, and you see a field of debris ahead that you are heading at full speed towards, with no way of steering out of the way or maneuvering through it. You estimate perhaps in a matter of minutes, or it's hard to say, the distance is hard to judge, you're going to be impacting in this astrofield. You need to act now.
Oh, shit.
Can I see it?
Everyone can now see it, as Zakian, if Zakian points it out.
Well, I feel like I pointed out
Yeah.
with that.
To the guns! To the guns! I start running to the guns.
Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go into the initiative order that we rolled. Actually, to be fair. No, I'm not. It's fine. We're going to take turns, but it won't be like an initiative thing. It's just you guys. So as you guys are now heading towards this this asteroid field, what are you guys doing? Are you going to focus on the repairs, or are you going to man the guns?
Running
Who's
to the
going
guns.
first? So Took's going to run to the guns. That'll be your turn this round to get on the guns and man them.
After what happened with me trying to fix it, I'm a little bit traumatized and I want to run to a gun.
You want to get on the gun.
I think I'm going to be more useful there, to be honest.
Z runs and gets on a gun. That's going to be your turn this round. Bip bip. I'm just co-pilot.
No.
And he
Oh,
sits,
yeah, shit, I forgot.
he sits down in the co-pilot seat and gets ready to assist all he can.
Just don't touch anything unless I say so.
I can do that.
I've had a major lapse in my judgment.
Fucking robot.
Kalol and Zakian. Zakian, are you gonna focus on repairs, or are you gonna focus on
Right, I'm
piloting?
straight away going to do some repairs.
Okay, so you're not even gonna worry. You're just gonna immediately carry on trying to kickstart your engines and things like that. Okay, so make a. This is gonna be a mechanics check. What was the thing you were rolling before in ship combat? It was called damage control, right?
Yeah.
We'll do damage control. Or is there just... Yeah, because we're trying to restore strain, not wounds, right? So it needs to be damage control.
Damage control is strain or hull trauma. You
Oh,
choose.
it's either or. But I think
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
normal repair doesn't do hull trauma. It's only hull trauma, right? The repair action.
I don't know if that's in any of the sheets though.
I think it
As
was.
an action. Repair. Manual
Maybe not.
repair.
Oh, there you go.
Damage control action using athletics instead of mechanics.
Oh.
That's
Oh.
only hull trauma.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. So
So
that's for
damage
someone who's
control
more...
can be system strain or hull trauma.
Got ya.
Manual repair is only hull trauma, but you use an athletics check instead of mechanics.
So it's somebody who is big and beefy physically fixing something compared
Yeah,
to...
not
yeah.
Zakian.
Yeah. I got you. Okay, cool. That was just me not knowing that specific thing. Sure. So it's just a hard purple dice check as you're attempting to repair the ship. Go ahead, sir. I am ready.
It's not rolling.
Oh, give it a moment. Sometimes fucking Roll20 likes to lag out, doesn't it? And dice roll take a little while to come through. Oh shit!
I rolled 3.
We'll take the first one because it was 3 successes. That's pretty good. So is that 3
So
whole
that'll
trauma?
do 3 strain
Mhm.
plus 1 strain for fine tuning, so 4.
Nice. So, Zakian, you immediately now know what's wrong with the ship, and you take your time, and you just input the right commands
Okay,
and do
fine,
exactly
got
what you need
minutes.
to do. Yeah, but like you're calm about it. You know what I'm saying? You're not frantically just trying to panic. You're calm. You know what you're doing, and you manage to get it just right. And you take away 4 strain from the ship. Does that put you below your threshold?
Hold on. I think so. Let me check. I think so. 4 strain. Yes. Puts us 1, 2, 3. So 12 out of 14.
So all of a sudden, you guys feel that, like that hum of the engines come back on as the system restarts. You feel the ship slowing down, dropping back to its base speed of just 1. Still going towards Escherfield, but way slower. Who's next? Kalal, I suppose. You're last in the ship order here.
Can we're still in the I'm still in the cockpit, right?
You are, yeah, you are.
Can I sit down and like take the clutch and put it in reverse?
No, because Bip Bip is in the co-pilot seat, and oh wait, no, Zaki, you're not sitting down, are you? You're not in the pilot seat right now, so yeah, you can Kalal. So you can engage the correct maneuver to make the ship drop to 0 speed if you wish.
Okay.
There's not necessarily a reverse.
I would like to try it.
That's fine.
I see a lot of numbers, buttons, and lights.
All right. What is are you trying to tell me you do not have any pilot skill?
I have my agility, and that is it. Is there like a big button that says reverse on it?
No, there isn't. I mean, you may have perceived. Make a astrogation check for me, just to see if you've if you can recall Zakian or Z doing this.
Okay.
But as he sits down, I'm gonna tell him what to do, but obviously it makes no sense to him.
Yeah, you might say they're right.
You gotta flick this and then press this and then flick this and then you gotta do that and then do this.
If anything, it confuses you more. He's like just the hurried, yeah, like over the shoulder instructions. Go ahead, yeah, make an investigation check for me to see if you can figure this out.
So I was just waiting to see if you were ready. Yeah.
You sit down and you panic and you have no idea what to do. That'll be a free action. You can go ahead and still try if you wish, and I'll just roll a chaos dice and see what happens.
Sure. Yeah. Fuck it.
Yeah.
What do I do?
You just press a button. No, you don't need to roll.
I look at the thing like a blinking light. Well, I don't know what that does. Flick that switch. Pull that.
I tell you what. Roll a d6 for me.
Just a d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
1. Miraculously, Kalal, you sit down and you flick a little switch and you grab onto a big lever and you yank it back and you press a button and you feel the ship slowing down and you've nailed it. Complete luck, but you've nailed it. As the ship is now suspended, just hanging there in space, as all the panic from the gunners is relieved, as you guys can see now as well that the ship is not hurtling towards the debris field.
I want to act like I knew actually what I was doing.
I stand up and I slap the chair and I go, "See, good thing you listened."
Can I still just fire into the field?
Yeah, you can easily just pull the triggers, and you see the red lasers just flying in, impacting into rocks. You see there are actually like shards of like ship and chunks of like engines and things here. Some sort of debris field of a previous battle, perhaps, or ship collision.
Just before I like clutch the triggers, I just say to myself, initiating blowing off steam, and then
just firing rapidly. Bip Bip in the cockpit's like, wow, he's a fire a lot. Is it okay?
I'm just sitting there for as long as it will go before like overheating. Just
you watch as the gun barrels begin to heat up and go that kind of like bright orange color as the lasers are getting like hotter and hotter, and it starts to steam, and you feel you're at its peak now.
For the next power core if you keep doing that.
I eventually stop firing, let go, and I just sit back for a second and just stare at all of the wreckage.
You know what, Sam? Roll I rolled nothing. I was gonna let you have some strain for like flavor, but it was gonna be how many successes I rolled on one green dice, and I rolled nothing.
Blank side.
So it's like, here's what you could have won almost. Sorry, man.
That's what it is. The dice are just against Z for some reason.
I'm sorry, Z. Okay, I tried to like make that meaningful.
No, it's okay. They're always on the side of Gaiac, so this is
That's
fair.
true.
Like, does usually
Z,
roll quite
if anything
well.
more, if anything less, you do feel better. You know, but not statistically.
I just needed to fire some heavy guns into some rocks.
It's a very visceral experience. The sort of seat rocks. It's very nice. It's quite relaxing.
Rich
really.
droid catharsis.
Yeah. Okay. As you guys are now sat just outside the atmosphere of Kashyyyk, perhaps with the Empire looming nearby, what are you doing?
Are the engines? I'm saying that to Zakian.
Wait, all I heard was "are the engines."
How are the engines?
Well, we managed to stop, but I still don't think we're gonna be able to go to full speed. Hyper speed.
Will the hyperspace work?
I'm not sure.
How long do you think it will take you to fix them?
Maybe a couple of hours, maybe an hour if I get some help.
Maybe ask C. It's important we leave here as quickly as possible, especially if there is a Star Destroyer in the system.
Can I scan?
Scan just the systems of the ship, or you mean for other
For
ships?
other ships.
As you take the time to access the scanner console, you realize it is one of the systems on the ship that is not yet functioning. Gonna need to reduce your system strain a little bit more to access that feature.
Z, get down here!
My head pricks up. I descend from my ascension to droid Jesus. I climb out of the gun and head to the cockpit. I heard my assistance was required.
Are you able to work on the scanner and I'll work on the engines?
Sure, I can give it a go. I'm gonna go up to it and... Is it, you wanted me to fix it, is that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna, can I look at it and see if...
You can make a computers check, or a mechanics check to see what you're just trying to fix it off the bat here.
Just kind of like quickly work out what's wrong with it and try and fix it just so that we can get going sort of thing as quick as possible.
Yeah, sure. This is just to make clear, this is the scanning system, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm ready.
Both the same. We'll do computers for flavor, I guess. Wow.
You take a look at the console. It's like quite a chunky sort of monitor screen with a keyboard attached. Right now, the screen is not displaying anything, and the keyboard is like sparking out the sides, and it's just completely fried. And you attempt to have a little look at it, and you know that like the ion blasts have definitely impacted it, but you're not sure if it's like caused lasting damage or if it's still wearing off, and you can't manage to fix it in this attempt.
I just look down at Zakian. My systems are not functioning at their optimum. And as I say that, spark just at the side of my neck.
Let me have a look. I'm gonna also have a look.
Yeah, you can go ahead and have a try. Computers or mechanics for you as well, sir.
I'll also run computers.
All right.
Hey.
You move Z out of the way. You easily, as you approach it, you're like, oh, it's fried. It just needs a quick reset. Hard reboot. Should be fine. Completely shut out the system. You look to Z. You say the line. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Did you try and turn it off and on again?
See, you didn't try that. You're not sure why. It's the first thing you do when you have a problem.
It's so obvious now you say it.
And the screen lights back up with that familiar kind of like radar style display.
Alright, as soon as it comes back on, I'm going to walk up and say, "Someone check that, I'm going to do the engines."
And for the sake of you getting a triumph there, like a big success, crit, we'll say that in fixing that, you also recovered 3 system strain to the ship.
And then with fine-tuning, that adds another one. Wait, let me check that.
Is that only on a certain type of check?
It just says when reducing the amount of system strain.
Then yeah, add 1.
So 4.
There you go. Zakian is good at repairing ships.
And then I'm going to go down and try and do stuff to the engines to try and get into hyperspace.
So Zakian's going to go and repair the engines. Is someone using the scanning system right now?
Well, I told them to scan the area as I left.
Now that it's turned on, now it's functioning, I'll scan.
Okay, Z. Z, make a computers check to see how. In fact, yeah, that'll do. You use it. You're sure you've done it correctly, and you don't detect any other ships or large. Anything large enough to be tracked right now. Nothing shows up.
I just pressed a little like the Tannoy, I guess, button. Nothing detected nearby. I think we have more time.
And then as I'm working, I'm like, oh, thank God.
Being the useful captain that took he's gonna come down from the gunner section and gonna patrol up and down, be like, yeah, come on, we ain't got time, come on, get us going. You go over there, pretending like he knows what he's talking about ship. So yeah, you fix that doohickey. Yeah.
Okay. Zakian, as you go into the engine room, that kind of mess of pipes and consoles is sparking quite heavily, as you can still see the effects of that like EMP ion have taken its toll. But you can go ahead and make a mechanics check to try and reset and fix bits and bobs in there. This will be a hard check because this is a bit more of a comprehensive thing than just one system. Go ahead. Big success and an advantage. Okay. So you spend some time, you reset the easy stuff first, and then you begin working on some of the more complex things, and you put the hyperdrive at the priority of your list. And with that level of success and that advantage, you are able to quickly and efficiently repair the hyperdrive as it is back on thing. The what is it called? The hypermatter reactor igniter that you guys procured all the way back on Tatooine in the first episode. It had been slightly damaged, but you are able to repair it back to its new glory in which you had procured it in. And the ship restores will go another 3 system strain plus 1 from your
fine tuning.
From your fine tuning. So
and then with that advantage, can I reduce another 1?
Yeah.
On the starship.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So 5.
A big 5. So you guys, your ship might already be almost as good as new in terms of its system strain.
I have only like 1 strain left now, right? No, 4, 5, 3, I think.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right. What are the rest of you guys doing? That does take a little while. About 10-15 minutes for you to do all of those repairs. What are the rest of you guys doing here? Bip is just kind of sitting in the cockpit and nervously like swaying in his chair, side to side.
I am gonna just sit down in the piloting seat and kind of just keep an eye out the windscreen, for want of a better word, see if anything, make sure nothing is coming up.
Okay. The obvious things you see is that debris field that is still on the horizon from where you guys are located right now. As you pan around, you do see a particularly pretty nebula across the way, of this green and purple mix of like stardust. But you don't see any threats currently.
Know the name of the nebula?
It is the Pisces 64 cluster.
The Pisces. No.
I see.
No fucking no, bro.
That's canon now.
There you go. Okay. Kalol, what are you doing during this time?
I'm gonna go up and approach Took.
Okay.
What exactly can you tell us about? Where are we going again? What was it called? I can't believe I've forgotten the name. Nar Shaddaa, that's it. What can you tell us about Nar Shaddaa? All I know is that it's a place with no law.
Oh, so you know your glimmering little gory shithole of a planet, Coruscant. Imagine that, but make it so much better. But with the added threat of being controlled by the Hutts.
Funny, people used to say exactly the same thing, but about Nar Shaddaa.
Well, depends what perspective. I don't really like going around and seeing people persecuted for honest work.
And I prefer going around knowing that I will not be murdered at every corner.
People gotta do what they gotta do. Make a bit of a living in this galaxy.
That has become abundantly clear to me. But it seems we're heading there regardless, so I'd just like to know whether or not the rumors are true.
It's the smuggler's jewel. If you need any information, Nar Shaddaa is the place to find it. And work. Plenty of guilds there.
I think that will be beneficial to us.
It's been playing on my mind. You said there was an Imperial presence in Tatooine.
Indeed.
You hear that from that rebel?
I did.
Why are you going blabbering, telling her we're going to Tatooine? You said you thought she might be a double agent.
I made a calculated risk. I did not proceed to give information until I could assure her loyalty. Regardless, she seemed to be aware of the broadcast.
Famous.
Yes, which is actually something I wanted to discuss. I am cautious that our names and faces carry... I'm not so arrogant to suggest, but wait. We cannot do much about our faces and our appearance beyond small aesthetic changes, but I do think that perhaps it would be beneficial for us to use pseudonyms whilst on Nar Shaddaa, especially if we are entering Hutt territory. We don't want our names tracing back to Tatooine.
Got me thinking about my old pirate days now. Once I had a pseudonym.
I'm not suggesting we become pirates, Stuck.
Are we not chances in this galaxy making our making credit where we can. That's how it feels.
To a degree.
It's not all that different.
Oh. What do you think?
What even is a pseudonym? Yeah,
It's a fake name.
fake name.
Obviously, we would have to all be aware of what we were using to avoid confusion and miscommunication.
Oh, sounds a fun.
Hello.
Start by calling you a giant, dangerous frog.
Danger Frog.
Danger frog. Yeah, I like that one.
That's a good name. Very cool.
Danger frog.
He has no say over it either.
And yours is easy. Oh, you're Corey.
That is a little too on the nose. I already have something.
We've got Zach here
Oh.
already. He's a spice jockey.
Not even in the room.
Then we got Murderbot.
You were using
the-
nicknames. You're using nicknames. It's not this. We're not pirates. We're not giving ourselves pirate names. That's not what.
But Mister wants to be Danger Frog.
Murderbot. Yeah. We've got a Murderbot on our ship. Who's gonna mess with us? Especially an IG unit. They are pricey. Tell ya.
If you
Perhaps we can discuss this at a later date. Then, Took.
I'll be. Don't get me the wrong way. I'm taking this seriously. I understand we need anonymity. I used a word there that I don't use often. I do listen.
Didn't even know you knew that word, to be honest.
Me neither. I just heard someone say it once. Yeah, we do need to. And I say this with great dismay. Keep on the low. Whether
We're
or
in
not.
agreement.
Yeah. Let's just keep away from the southern district.
The what?
The south district.
Why?
There's certain gangs on Nashadar that don't see eye to eye with, but Nashadar's a big place. I'm sure we won't run into him.
Don't see eye to eye with you, specifically.
My employers.
I see. Well, from what I'm aware, from what I had heard anyway, the entire planet is, well, does not really have law.
Oh yeah, doesn't have law. That's the fun part.
But it also poses a great risk. We need to be on the same page more than ever. We've been to a few questionable places,
Oh, and this is going to be the most questionable place we visit, I'm sure.
and we all need to be in agreement, working together, and aware of what we're getting ourselves into.
Just have to, like I said and like I suggested as the smart captain, I would keep on the down low.
As the smart captain.
Yeah,
Bip Bip, you look like you were about to say something.
Who's it you're talking to?
You.
I'm Danger Frog.
Danger.
Yeah.
No, Mister not say anything.
Oh, I think it goes without saying, whatever you do, do not pull out that saber of yours.
Yeah, don't, because,
Unless we're really in trouble.
No. As soon as I get a little, we all think you're mostly myth. You with those saber stick carrying maniacs. If they get whiff of you, they'll be taking you in for the price on your head. That'll be a big price, I'm sure.
So even if we're in big danger, no saber.
Unless you want to kill all the witnesses.
Oh, that's not fair, Jedi.
Well, it's not. I don't even know what you do.
We don't kill witness.
What the hell have we been doing? I mean, killing left, right, and center.
We kill the bad people.
Oh yeah.
I think.
It's fine. If you need someone killed, just say the word. And I'm going to be reloading one of my rifles.
Missa need to meditate and think about that one. Let me know so when we're there. And Bit like stands up and walks out of the cockpit and finds a place to meditate.
We may have just put him in an existential crisis, which is not exactly a good thing to do before we land on a dangerous planet.
Alright, let me put it this way. I'd rather be on Nar Shaddaa than Coruscant. You agree? You agree. I can see it in your eyes. You agree. There, you agree.
Oh.
At this point, Zakin, you're just wrapping up the repairs, and you can head back to the cockpit if you wish.
Mm-hmm. We're good to go into hyperspace now. Did you scan the ships? Did you scan for any ships?
Yes, I couldn't find anything nearby. Did you say we're ready for hyperspace?
Yeah, where are we heading to?
And at this point, I'm sitting on one of the pilot seats, and I've got my foot up on the other one, and I just kind of lean over and start like typing in to the nav computer.
All right.
To
Nar Shaddaa.
the name's gonna. That's the one.
All right.
As he does that, I walk under his leg, lift it up, and chuck it on the floor. Keep that off of my dashboard, please.
Oh, what chain code?
If I didn't need you for repairs, I'm gonna hold.
Oh, there we go.
Sam?
Oh, we lost him.
Yeah, he crashed.
That's a different crash.
That is a different crash. Yeah, he's. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
He's still
hello?
his camera
Hello?
just turned on.
Oh,
There we go.
And now he's gone.
It's
Z
evolving.
T poses in the chair for a brief moment.
very Gmod.
Wait, Spice Jockey. Zakian, sorry.
There we go.
Is he? He's not in the cockpit, is he? Zakian's not in the cockpit.
Yeah, Zakin, you're in the cockpit.
Yeah.
Okay, because you got any experience with modifying chain codes to fit different chain codes?
No, but I can give it a go.
I had a little thought, maybe they might recognize that chain code.
So that would be
That is a
the
good
ship's kind of like identification thing, right? It was like
Yeah.
a license plate type thing.
Yeah, Trex came here a lot.
It's
I
happening
think.
again.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go for our break. Oh. Z? Sam? Hello?
Mr. Sam.
We're gonna take our break. We'll take as long as it takes for Sam to get back in the call. And we'll pick up right here. Minimum of 10 minutes there, alright? So we'll see you all very soon.
Maximum 10 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, and stay dirty Do I say that?
Wait,
No.
hold on, what?
Stay
You crossing the
wondering.
franchises?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the second half. Oh, gosh. Blech. I felt sick for a sudden there.
You're right.
Yeah, just, you know, when you have those moments where it's like, oh my God, if I'm going to die. I'm good. We're back for the second half of the episode this evening as our party venture around the galaxy of Star Wars and fuck shit up. What's going on, boys? What are we doing? Where are we at?
So when I disconnected, so Z tries to quit back as Zakian. As soon as he mentions the word repairs, you hear this loud pop from inside Z, and he just collapses and his head hits the dashboard. And then as he kind of like rocks back, his sensors come back on, and he just pauses, slowly stands up, and just leaves the cockpit.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna actually go and use one of the bunks.
Oh,
Just
wow.
gonna lay down on one of the bunks and like shut down and try and
Okay.
repair.
So you're
a bit.
gonna go rest and do some auto repairs. That's okay. You find no trouble there. You are not in hyperspace.
Yeah.
As you guys are still sort of dangling there in space. And you have the correct coordinates inputted. You were discussing perhaps masking the ship's sort of signature. Somehow.
Chain code somehow. We might not have any issues docking.
Okay, let me take a look.
This is perhaps out of your skill set. Perhaps something that you said you hadn't really heard about this kind of thing before. It's a bit more of like a black market trade. If Zach took you could go ahead and make for me a like a criminal underworld's knowledge check to see if you've got any kind of information about how this might be done.
Underworld. Oh, were you ready for me? Sorry.
Yeah, I was. You seem to recall there being like certain devices and systems that smuggler ships and pirate ships take advantage of when it comes to like masking signatures and chain links and things like that. But you don't think this ship has one. You're not sure. At least you haven't seen it. But you're not exactly sure on how you would go about doing it without that device or system.
You know, I used to get other people do it for me when I was a big shot, so I don't know how to do it. You know, people did it for me.
Yeah, well, every ship I've worked on, I've been in the engine room, so I haven't got a clue.
Zakin, you could go ahead and make a computer check for me as you have a look around the room to try and maybe determine if there is some way to do it using the vast amount of systems that this ship does have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready for you. Yeah, you take a peek around the room, and you do notice like there are a number of systems you haven't had to directly use. They're just running. You do spot like a little black box almost attached to one of the sort of near where the scanning system is, like attached to one of those units on the side there. You're not sure its use. You haven't used it before. Doesn't seem to be doing anything at the moment.
I take a look at it.
As you take a look, Took, you spot you've seen that before. That's like a scrambler almost. You can totally like rejig the chain link.
I don't know. You gotta input some kind of squabble, something like that.
Yeah, thanks. That helps a lot. And I'm going to proceed with trying to input the Scrabble.
Okay, I will add a setback dice because you're not familiar with this technology. But you can go ahead and make a computers check, Sakim.
Did I have anything for computers?
I'm not sure. I think it's for perception you have the remove setback dice.
Yeah, perception and mechanics. Alright,
Mechanics.
let's go. Bosh.
It's a lot of stuff.
Whoa.
Right.
Okay. It's a big success. So you have a little play around with it for a second, and there's like a series of little dials and knobs and stuff, and there's a little display that begins to manipulate as you sort of twist these different buttons and things. And you kind of intuitively recognize the chain code of the Crate Fang. And as you sort of manipulate these dials, you see the numbers, the digits on the screen begin to change and distort. And then you lock it in, and it seems to be that for all intensive purposes, that the signature of the Crate Fang has been masked. Perhaps with another ship that exists. Perhaps it's just gibberish. You're not entirely sure on that front.
There you go, done.
Luckily, Trex was a bit of a shady fucker. And so that recalls in your memory. That seems like that lines up to something you might have seen in the past.
Oh, you're a natural. You saw it, yeah? I could have done with a little nipper like you on my old ship.
I'm not a nipple.
Nipple? What? I said nipper, not nipple.
I also thought you said nipple.
You thought I said nipple? I didn't say nipple.
Well, is he from the other room? I thought you said nipple.
You said nipple.
I've been part of this, leading yous for all this time. You didn't let me have a dance on Tatooine, so it's been a long time.
I think you've been watching a little too much Trandoshan pornography.
With you on Tatooine.
Why is it with all these Trando? Oh, you weren't, no. I can't blame you. You're the only one.
Picturing me as a nipple.
I've had enough of this. Gotta go watch some Hollow series while we make
Enjoy
Make
the
a
nipple.
Hollow series.
Hey, just clean up after yourself.
Hey, could you send me the link?
No,
Ah,
I think you like it.
you don't know me. You don't know what I like.
I will add, whilst this conversation is occurring, you are still sitting just outside the atmosphere of Kashyyyk.
Yeah.
Uh,
Priorities, Mitch. Priorities.
The Empire's like, why are they just sitting there? They're not even trying to escape. Little do they know. We're just
Alright,
talking about
there's
Hollow.
no-
They've got one of those like bionic ears listening into your conversation, trying to figure out like important intel about the rebellion. They're like, they're talking about porn, sir.
They are not a threat. only to themselves.
I love it.
Let's just punch it out here, and I'm gonna retire for the.
Hey,
For a
dude,
few hours.
you punch it out as much as you want, but I'm gonna put us into hyperspace.
All right.
Hey, that's what I meant.
Zakian, as you start to input the numbers and data into the hyperdrive to lock in Nar Shaddaa, those of you in the cockpit are on the distance around the curvature of Kashyyyk. You see a grey shape creep out.
Mm-hmm.
A pointy, triangular-shaped vessel. Hello, Bip Bip. Welcome.
Oh no.
Ah.
Perfect timing.
No danger frog.
Yeah, you're
Danger Frog.
Your nick. It's Danger Frog, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Danger Frog.
Alright.
You were giving out Took was giving out pirate nicknames, and you got named Danger Frog.
Oh,
And you
I love
accepted it. You love it.
I love it. I love it. I'm sorry I'm late.
It's okay.
All right.
It's all good.
You're really quiet.
You're in-
Yeah, you're really
You're
quiet.
right.
Oh, don't!
Yeah,
I put
very
you up
quiet.
so loud on my. If you're gonna mess with your mic,
Did you just say I was loud?
no,
No,
you're
you're
quiet.
quiet.
You're quiet for us, yeah.
I mean,
Did you
I
turn
did
your
just
gain down?
I turned my mic down because my mic was on 100, and I usually only have it on 80.
I'll just turn you up on
I'll work
Discord.
you up.
Yeah, I'll just turn you up as
Set you
well.
up as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn it up again for next week. Who's screaming in our ears?
Yeah.
All right, so you see this triangular-shaped ship lurch round the edge of the horizon of Kashyyyk as... Kalo, you're in the cockpit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those of you who are more familiar with the Empire immediately recognize this as a Star Destroyer. This is bad news. This is get the fuck
you,
out right now.
Can you press the fucking button right now, please?
Sarlacc testes! Punch it!
What, you scanned! You said there was no ships!
Press the button. Get us out
He's
of here
scanned and
now.
he's not here
There's
right now.
multiple buttons, and I start hitting them.
As you start doing it, you see the ship drifting ever so closer. Bit, for the record, you're meditating right now. As this shape is far away, but it's heading towards you.
Oh, brilliant.
You hear the humming of the engine increase, and then all of a sudden, it's like you're catapulted. You sling as the stars stretch, and you see that shape disappear. As all you can see now is that flying blue and white light of hyperspace. As you are on your way to your destination of Nar Shaddaa, narrowly avoiding the Empire.
I'm never letting that robot touch the computers again.
I don't even defend myself.
Don't let him touch anything ever again.
We had said this is going to take 2 days of travel because this is 2 grid squares on my map. So you guys are free to do whatever you wish on the ship at the moment. Is there anything anyone would want to get done on the ship right now?
I think we
Can I
know what
wake
Took
up?
wants to get done.
Oh yeah.
I just need to catch up with my horror series. I'm really invested at the moment.
Which series is that?
Oh, he's frozen immediately. as we said that.
It's Sound Ryloff.
Oh.
How long?
I'm gonna go take a rest.
Okay.
Yeah, how long do
What do we
like,
heal and rest?
you
1 wound?
rest for?
So
to
it would
heal
be...
wounds?
So it's not necessarily, from my memory, it's not explicitly dictated, but it's a night's rest. Yeah, so
Okay.
it's sleep through the night, wake up in the morning, you're rested, and you gain 1 wound per night. And at the end of a week's rest, you get the chance to roll to remove critical injuries that may be persisting. If you get like a bad critical injury, certain ones last.
Throw back hands. Yeah.
You definitely don't.
And just my hand grew back. Oh, what a surprise!
You gotta get a robot hand. All right. So Zatkin, you're gonna head to bunk and rest. Z,
I'm gonna go under my grid in the ground.
Oh, okay, yeah. You have like a little. Have you got like some cushions in there now? Make it a little bit comfy.
That's my own room.
The rest of you have now noticed like the bunks, like some of them are missing pillows, and it's not quite as comfortable. But Z knows why. Zatkin knows why. No one else knows why. As you've got your little.
It was the. Oh, I can't think of Wookiees.
Yeah, they took them with them to Kashyyyk.
Oh, them sneaky,
Okay.
sneaky Wookiees. You know.
So Zatkin finds his little nook, wherever that may be. I don't even know. It's hidden away so well, even the eyes of God cannot find it. Bip, you're in a meditation. You're just relaxing. You'd been kind of set into a bit of a existential crisis of like, what do the Jedi do? During a conversation where someone had you'd been asked not to reveal your lightsaber on Nar Shaddaa.
Okay. Right.
And you'd replied along the lines of like, what if we were in really bad danger? And they said, don't do that because you'll have to kill every witness. And then you was like, we don't do that. We don't kill witnesses. We kill the bad people. And then they was like, are you sure about that? And you kind of got a little bit frazzled.
Okay, so I'm a bit flustered, but I'm trying to understand the Jedi. Cool.
That's right. You're just kind of thinking about...
Did I shoot the TIE fighters?
You got one, and Took got
I
two.
got two.
Alright, cool. Is that me caught up? Is that all that's happened so far?
Yeah, we literally did the TIE fighters. and then
We almost
had,
died.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we actually the ship almost. Yeah.
You tell me I could have come back and I'd have been dead.
You could have come back to death. Yeah, the ship took 12 system strain in one hit from an ion cannon, and that put you over your. You had like 19 strain out of 15, so the ship like shut down, and you had to like repair it. It's pretty cool.
Okay, and then there was a Star Destroyer and we pegged it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take the Star Destroyer.
Hey, what?
You
What'd you
said
say?
we pegged
Yeah.
you said we
We pegged a Star Destroyer. I don't know if that's how that dynamic works. If they're named Star Destroyer, they're probably pegging you.
But I think with that tip, yeah, they're going to be pegging us.
How do we come back from this? You guys are now in Lightspeed, so you've got 2 days now of downtime in a way to work on anything that you want to do on the ship, roleplay anything you want to roleplay. So that we're now on like that first evening, we'll call it. Although I don't think it is an evening technically, because you're on Kashyyyk hours right now, and you left Kashyyyk during the day. So it's pretty early for those of you who are choosing to rest. If that changes your decision.
Are you suggesting then that we have this downtime? Are we taking it bit by bit, or are we kind of working with the knowledge that we are going to be doing this downtime and then we will arrive? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, things could occur. So
that's what
bear in mind.
What I mean. Are we taking it day by day?
We'll say for hyperspace, you probably want someone in the cockpit at all times, just making sure the ship isn't going off course or the nav computer isn't failing. It's sort of like you don't need it, but it's advised to have a watch when you take a rest in D&D, right? It's like if someone's not monitoring it, shit can go down. So bear that in mind. But yeah, if you're like, I want to do this for 2 days straight, it might get interrupted.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So Took can't binge his show.
I mean, you could totally try it. Get for a chunk of it. How many seasons of Ryloth Nights?
It's a bit like Phoenix Nights.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try. I'll probably watch a couple episodes.
All right.
Oh, I
wanna go up to Took on the first day with like the holotape in my hand, and I'll say, Took, have you ever watched It's Always Sunny on Naboo? I found this in the storage.
I'm always up for watching a new horror series. What is it? Naboo?
Apparently.
Any kind of description on it?
No.
So as you click the
I'll leave that to Mitch.
As you click the small sort of metal data disc into the table in the canteen / sort of cargo area of the ship, I'm gonna use a dark side point. It's season 14. It's not great. It's all right. It's not great.
Whoa. Now, let's step back here. It might not be the golden years, but whoa.
Still good quality sitcom.
Is this the latest season? Does it have like a
Yeah.
star date on it? Okay, well, the last episode feels a little bit meaningful.
You just feel a little like, oh, I wish that could have been better. It's enjoyable.
Like,
Bit. What was that?
You know that I'm here. Can I roll Destiny?
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Shit. Sorry, lad.
Oh. How did we roll?
Everyone. Hold
on. Can we just appreciate that Mitch genuinely used the dark side point to turn that to season 14?
Yeah.
That's how important that was to him.
The instant you got one back.
You got to use them somehow.
Okay, can I use a light side point to make Danny DeVito in the actual show?
Like it's actual.
Gungan.
It's
I
our
want
world.
actual Danny DeVito to be in the canon of Star Wars now.
Danny DeVito Gungan.
I don't know if Danny DeVito would be a Gungan though. Can you have a little? Can you have a short little?
I just want like Danny DeVito has been pulled from
The
reality into the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, you could use a light side to do that, sure.
Yeah, that's
No
what
way.
I'm gonna use the light side on.
Yep, it is right now.
Not repairing the ship.
Oh, I
Okay,
did all that.
Alright.
Danny
use-
DeVito.
you use the light side.
Is new.
As you're watching the show, you see this like short, kind of chubby, like old-looking dude with like bald top of his head, hair around the sides, big glasses. He's like, Charlie, we gotta get the lightsaber, Charlie. It's a new scheme, and it's an episode about them trying to get a lightsaber, and it ends horribly.
I'm gonna laugh and say, he looks like a troll.
What's a troll?
I don't know.
You call world folk. You got weird. I'd rather Ryloth Nights. You know, you never watched a bit of Ryloth Nights.
No, I've always been a bit of a. I've been a bit of faulty Kessel guy myself.
All right. Okay.
Anyway, moving swiftly on from this very dragged on gag.
What are the rest of you guys doing on the ship during this time? So Z and Zakin have headed for early rests to
That means Bip Bip's on watch.
Bip. You need. Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't have. You
Am
don't
I-
have to
am
be.
Am I on watch? So I'm in the cockpit. Yeah.
You don't have to be, but you can be.
Is anyone else around?
I mean, you see Kalol and Took watching
Yeah.
some odd show that seems kind of funny.
And the other two are sleeping.
You don't know where Zakin is, but Z is asleep in the. Oh, Z is resting in the bunk room.
Okay, I'll go to the cockpit.
Yeah?
I'll come out of meditation and I'll just go and sit in the cockpit and just...
Yeah, you were meditating, and then the noise of the show kind of distracted you and pulled you out of it. So you head to the cockpit.
Okay, yeah, I'm
Keep an
gonna head to the cockpit and just
Okay.
chill, sit in the seat.
So for the sake of the nav computer, and you being the guy who is watching right now, I'm going to go ahead and have you make a astrogation check or a computer's check. This is the
doesn't
equivalent
matter.
of like being on watch in D&D and having to do a perception check.
Yeah, okay. Well, sorry lads, I've turned up and I'm gonna fuck shit up.
Good.
Oh my
Whoa.
god!
Whoa.
It's got to be the most failure we've had in any
That
role.
might be like 4 failures and 1 threat. So Bip.
Either thing that I rolled would have happened. I only had 1 green dice for either.
That was real bad. So you sit
Why
down.
do you have a blue?
You're right there, Z.
So I'm trying to get my camera to focus. Sorry, I'm
Blue.
not.
I don't know. Mitch must have gave me a blue dice.
I think if I turn my light on it.
I
Might...
mean, it
I
didn't
must
roll
have.
anything, so.
I must have
Yeah, it
given you.
didn't- it didn't
No, I
roll
didn't
anything.
give you a blue dice.
Oh,
It must
there
be
was
in
one
your
on the
dice
thing.
pool on your
I
sheet.
just took it off. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I might have put it there earlier when I did an aim action for you, or aim maneuver. So you sit down. Some time passes. Time's getting on. The rest of you guys who are sort of watching your show and the guys resting, a couple of hours pass, and then Bip, the nav computer, just starts flashing red. Something is definitely wrong.
Okay.
What are you doing right now?
Do I know what button is the? What's the word?
Anoid.
Tannoy?
Tannoy. Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah, you know that.
Okay, yeah,
You've
I
seen
want
it
to hit
used.
that and just, just press the button and be like, everyone needs to come to here right now. There's a light. I don't know what it is.
All right, and with that, I'm going to use a dark side point. The entire ship is pitch black, and you are not in hyperspace anymore.
What's going on?
Does the Tannoy
Oh,
still
we
work?
just got to the good bit.
Charlie! And it just goes.
I was enjoying the short, funny man.
Does the Tannoy still work, or is everything down on the ship?
You now cannot use it. All power is gone. You do see some emergency lights kicked in as there are these like red sort of like cat's eye type lights lining the edges of like the walkways in the ship. But that's you've got this very dim red lighting.
Okay, can I just poke my head out of the cockpit
That's all you've got.
and just scream?
How does that sound? Sorry, Bip.
I
I
never
just-
want to hear it.
The beginning of that.
I'm just gonna roll out the bunk, and then yeah, as he's screaming and I hear this scream, I'm just gonna very slowly just walk down to the cockpit.
All right. You guys arrive to a very panicked Bit. You're muted.
You can't even hear me, can you?
No,
Oh, you can now.
we can now. Yeah.
Okay, you can now. There was a red light. It blinked, and then everything dead.
What do you mean, everything dead?
I don't know. Do you see any lights on? No, everything dead.
You're
I just
alive.
Kind of shuffle him
Yeah,
out of the way.
We's alive. We's alive. The ship, not so much.
I'm gonna have a look at the console, try to assess what's happened.
Okay. So as you gather in the cockpit, who isn't going? Let's make that clear.
Right, I wanna roll a d6.
To see if you wake up. 6.
Okay, yeah, I'm there.
So you climb out your hiding place and carefully replace the grate.
What is this concept? I don't know what this is.
It's just a random chance.
It's just like a
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So if I rolled below half, all you guys
Oh,
would
you
have heard,
don't hear it.
all you would have heard was just some crashing.
Okay.
Oh god. All right. So the lot of you make your way to the cockpit. Z, what was you doing? Sorry.
Yeah, I just kind of like shuffle Bip out of the way, and I'm just gonna go up to the console and try and assess what has happened this time.
Make a computer's check for me, please, Z.
Okay, can I get a good roll, please?
Nope.
I am owed it.
Okay.
Yes.
We take those.
You quickly look at the nav computer and you see like an alert and it's like error, pathing error, obstacle. Yeah, go.
It appears there is something in our way.
And that's
Can I-
when you notice in the dead of space ahead of you, in the black vastness, there's not many stars in this particular area. You spot a large hulking vessel drifting in space.
Fuck's sake, it's the same one from before, isn't it?
It does look quite familiar to some of you. You see markings along the side of it that look like they've been spray painted on with some sort of device, and it's just drifting there. A large space hulk with no systems on, similar to how you saw it before. It's
Are
the
we
same
in the
one.
same location? Oh,
Yes, it's the same place.
Oh, this is a sign, right? We go on there and we loot that thing, and then we go to Nashadar and we spend whatever we loot from there.
Took, you immediately recognize the markings on the vessel.
I think I recognise them as well. But...
Zakin, you recognize them to be pirate of some sort, but you didn't know the meaning of them. Took, these are warning signs from Black Suns.
Oh,
Danger on board. Be careful. It's an abandoned ship.
oh,
abandoned ship.
You seem
wow.
excited, and then you looked a little dejected there, Took.
Let's just say it was a message from colleagues that I probably won't listen to.
what does it mean?
It's code. It's code from Black Suns, essentially, telling us that there's something on there that's a little bit dangerous, but that excites me.
Does it say what?
No. It's probably like what's it called? It's probably one of them baby things. What do they call them? They got tentacles. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably something some parasite on there we could kill. I don't know. Don't know why they
Or be infected by?
infected, schmected, we'll be fine. Right?
Well, I can't be infected, so
We'll send you one. Just you.
That's a good idea.
That is-
Let's do that.
that is not quite what I was getting at.
Nope, you've said it now.
Well, I'm gonna start. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. I was gonna say I could start taking the ship in closer, but maybe that's not the best thing to do. Can I? Is the power off on our ship?
Yeah. Things are powered down currently, as the ship had that momentary like panic mode, but with a few quick like flicks of some switches, you and Zakian easily able to repower things as you sit in 0 speed currently.
Could
Scan it.
Yeah, I was going to say, could I scan it to see if there's
I
just
believe-
anything that seems to show up?
I believe you scanned it before,
Like,
but you can totally do it again. I believe you didn't find anything on board last time. Go ahead and do it. So
what-
As Z goes to scan, I butt in. I'm like, I don't trust you after last time.
What happened last time? I told you there was no ships, and there was no ships.
Yeah, say that to the Starfighter.
Star
Is that what it
Destroyer.
was? Star Destroyer. Say that to the Star Destroyer.
What Star Destroyer?
Oh, there's a
Look,
Star
have you been-
Destroyer.
Took, have you been giving him spice?
If there was spice on board, I'd have it. He's been holding out.
Oh, Joe, I don't have any more spice.
Yes, you do, you little jockey. You got some somewhere, and you're not telling me where it is.
Okay, so Zakian, go ahead and make a computers check. You run a fairly comprehensive scan of the ship. It takes a little while. The only thing you can find that is active on board is the life support system. There's still oxygen flowing on board that ship. What else you do find with that roll as well is that like it's been like locked down. A lot of the doors on the ship have been like sealed. Bar the room where the docking area mechanism is.
Oh, well, whatever's on there, they don't want getting out.
When do we listen to the Black Suns? Huh?
Well, let's look at this logically. First of all, if the Black Suns have been here, then surely they would have stripped the ship themselves. If they have not, then that would indicate that there is a threat on board that even the Black Suns don't want to deal with, so how could we possibly deal with it?
Clearly, it wasn't worth dealing with if they didn't send me.
Why are we going there now?
There is also an unlikely instance that the warning is fake.
Exactly. And if there really was a big threat, they would have sent me there to send one of their best
Why would
cruisers.
Why would they create a fake warning?
It's a market, you know.
Unlock every door.
I'm not saying the Black Suns made the warning. I'm saying there is something on that ship that people do not want people to get their hands on. So you create a fake warning to keep it out of prying eyes.
What people?
Whoever it belongs to.
Hey, gangs.
And then
Hey.
we can even suspend it in space.
Exactly. Why would you ever leave your ship just suspended?
It's a Freya, right? That's what it looks like to me.
It certainly looks that way. But why would you leave that in deep space?
I am.
It could have been hijacked by some invasive life form.
An invasive life form that proceeded to set up a warning in code sprayed onto the exterior of the hull. Someone clearly came to the ship, saw something they thought was dangerous, and decided to leave a warning. If the Black Suns stated a warning on it, then surely that is an indication that it's
should
something
add to it.
beyond what they think is valuable.
I bet they didn't have themselves an IG murder bot.
I am not just merely a weapon took.
I don't know, Hondo.
But I will take the compliment.
Yeah, Hondo hired you for different reasons. Certainly wasn't your conversation.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I
I'm horny
mean,
again.
yeah, he didn't hire you for your conversation skills.
That is true. I have never been hired for my conversation skills, to be honest with you.
Come on, what do you say? We, take a look on board.
For what exactly?
The prayer. You're not just a little bit tempted to see what's on board.
I am more than tempted, believe me. But I know when a threat is a threat. That's why I'm alive. What are you hoping to find on there, Took?
How about
Wait, so is there a bunch of crates just all on it?
So it doesn't look exactly like the picture I've shown you guys. It's not as loaded up as that, but it looks, it's definitely got something on it.
I know what we can do. We can. This ship has a bridge docker, right? Does it have one of those?
Yeah.
Surely. Take one of them crates. Have a little peek. No harm in that, right?
What do you mean?
We swing by. We pick up a crate with our loading bay. We take a look inside the crate. Could be something nice. Could be guns. Could be spice. Could be more spice. Who knows?
Something that would pay well on Narshadar.
Exactly.
I cannot fault your suggestion. However, I'm just urging caution because I do not think someone would leave this here intentionally if there was not a genuine threat. Either it is false and there is nothing on board, or there are resources there, but why would they be left there by the Black Suns if there was not a threat? So clearly we have to be on guard.
Can I do a little bit of a check, Mitch, if I've heard them ever leaving warnings on things to deter people, or to
So
come
like
back
a
for?
like a fake warning so that they can come back another time and check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can totally do that. Make an underworld check.
Ready for me, or do you want to?
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna give you a blue dice because this is like your jam.
Oh.
It's not. You can't think of a specific example when it's been done, but it seems like the kind of thing that tricky Black Suns might do. If perhaps they thought the threat on board was bad enough, so that they would come back later. But you can't think of a specific example when they've just done it to just stop, like when there wasn't actually a threat. Like the markings hold value as long as they're used accurately, right? So if they start being used to trick each other and other Black Suns and things, it's they become kind of pointless, right?
Mm.
Well, 14, they don't tend to lie too much. They're quite proud people, especially if it was done by a 14 captain. So there probably is something a little bit dangerous on them, maybe. But if we just take one crate, I'm sure it's fine.
Do people outside of the Black Suns know what the markings mean?
Think of it a little bit like a take on basic, but with a bit more code. So no, usually no.
I see.
That makes it all the more likely that it is a genuine warning then.
Yeah, I guess if it was written in Galactic Basic, then it would have been less credible.
Is there a way to investigate further without us putting ourselves in significant danger? I'm not opposed, and I think the opportunity is not one we should miss, given the situation. But I am hesitant to suggest that we climb aboard a ship that potentially has a threat, especially one that is unknown. Do we have the ability to detect life signs or the like? I don't know how
I think they've already tried that.
systems work.
Life support is still online, so if there is anything alive on board, it is most likely still alive.
Can you tell how long the ship has been drifting here? Are other systems online? Is it just the life support?
Mitchell, can I? Is that something that I'm?
It would. You can't really tell how long it's been here. The only other system you noticed that was still on is that like the doors are like sealed, like lockdown style.
Okay. There is no way to be sure.
My question then is, if there is an unknown alien life form on board, if they are intentionally keeping the life support online to sustain themselves but are not intending to leave, or if it's just a coincidence that the life support is still online. If that makes sense.
Wait, was that a question? Like,
Yeah, it was more of like a statement with not really a question, I guess.
Mitch, would I have any idea to know sort of like how long a ship of this size would be able to keep keep life support systems online, if that makes sense, without
yeah.
having to?
Roll an astrogation check just to see, because I guess this isn't really your specialty, like large ships, but you know how ships work. I'm ready for you. It's tricky to tell. You know the crate fan can last a decent amount of time, so surely it must be able to last a long time, right? It scales up, maybe. You're not
Does
sure.
the ship look damaged on the exterior?
Make a perception check. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find my bloody skills.
It's all good.
Perception, yeah?
Yeah. It's once again, it's hard to see. It's obviously not well lit right now. You can't determine any obvious battle damage.
Are there any, like, windows into the vessel itself?
Yeah, there is like those like towards the top of the sort of flat edge and the top. There are like a line of windows along.
Perhaps we could bring the ship in closer, use the lights to look through the actual windows, see if there's any internal damage, anything in the inside.
Misa could use my binoculars and we could do it from afar so we don't get too close.
If the light will, we can get in an angle where the light from our ship can permeate it, yes.
Would be easy enough with your ace pilots to maneuver the ship in such a way, if that's what you guys want to try and do right now.
Yeah, should we do that?
Yeah, sure.
That's I'm gonna start moving it around the ship.
So it is at quite a distance, but you do have the light, so I won't add any setback dice, but it's going to be a hard check.
What, even with the binoculars?
Yeah, it's going to be a hard check rather than impossible with eyesight.
All right.
I think the binoculars just remove setback dice, right? So I think they remove 2 black setback dice.
Let me just have a look. I don't know, because again, in my description, you put basically just binoculars.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm aware, they have that rule.
Okay, so perception check.
They remove 1 black die from any perception check. All right.
Okay.
So yeah, I am ready for that. It almost seems like your binoculars are malfunctioning right now. You cannot see clearly at all. As you try and get the focus right and you zoom in, it just is not going your way. And your electro binoculars seem a little bit damaged. They don't seem like they're working very well.
What
Perhaps
do you see,
they
Bip?
took a stray blaster bolt or something. You're not sure.
Sorry,
I
Danger Frog.
don't understand why my mic doesn't pick me
Is
up.
it sensitivity just being really weird?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucked. Like sometimes it picks me up, sometimes I don't. Right, Sam, what did you say?
Bip, what do you see?
Miss see nothing. Miss binoculars, it doesn't work. I don't know. It's broken. You a droid. Can you fix them?
I'm not that kind of droid, unfortunately.
I keep making
So
this
we should
mistake,
just
don't I?
get closer to the
Always things, not fixes things.
Precisely.
Mic is falling apart.
Oh no.
Got to get for holding it on with sellotape to a mic arm.
Yeah. It's the bodge job coming undone.
I need to redo it.
So you
Should
guys
we get closer?
How about we just board it?
Because we don't know what's on there. If we're getting close, we might as well look before we put our lives needlessly at risk.
And as much as I would love for the warning to be fake, on the likely instance that it is true, I would rather be safe.
All right.
I'm going to draw in closer to the...
So you draw in
window.
closer, and you position the ship so that you can look into and through the windows of the bridge of this vessel. You see inside a quite a large bridge with lots of floor space and lots of consoles around that. And in the center, there's like a pedestal with one higher up console, completely empty. There's no sign of any life in this area of the ship. You see the large doors to the bridge are completely sealed shut. There's no lighting. The only light you see is as the lights of your ship pan across the room.
Seems empty.
Is there a reason why our ship was pulled out of hyperspace? I thought the idea of the drive was that it avoided these sorts of
It's
obstacles.
If
right
it,
in our lane. If it's right in the lane, then it's pulling everyone out.
It just went red, flashy light, and then we stop.
it most likely identified that there was an obstacle and thought it would be safer to stop.
Because it's such a large vessel. It did it on our way to Kashyyyk as well.
Wait, what? On the way to... You saying this ain't the first time we passed this vessel?
No, it is not.
No, you two were sleeping.
Why did you not wake up your captain?
Because there was not an immediate threat, and you were asleep, Took. We need our captain at full rest. You could not do that. Dealing with such unimportant
You was coming down.
circumstances.
Whoa. Don't be making decisions for me. If I would prefer to be sleep deprived,
You was on a come down. You wouldn't have been. Wouldn't have been fit to board.
it's not my
That's
first
correct.
come down.
We have to get the Wookiees home.
Right. So you're telling me that we, several rotations ago, passed this ship, which now has probably been further emptied. Is there... Hold on. bring the lights around. Look for any signs of scavengers. Those dirty scavs probably want to be on it.
Dirty scavengers, what did you want to do on this ship again?
I wanted to reclaim what is rightfully ours. Clearly it's ours because the Black Suns left it for us.
Right, and all of us are in the Black Suns.
You are by extension of me, yes.
Right, and you by extension are related to my 62 siblings too.
Yes, if that's how it works.
Right.
So
that's
you
how,
are-
That's how you think
Wait,
it works.
Did you say
So
60?
you are now a Corey then. I will
Ah,
for now on
Captain
call you a
Typical.
Corey.
I'm gonna
Corey!
stand up. I can stand up, put my hands on Took's shoulders. It's nice to see another droid.
That's where I draw the line. I'm not Corey, I'm not a droid, and I'm not going to be your 68th sibling.
You so want to be a Jedi?
Yeah, oh, forget one of them. Yeah.
No, it's already went to him.
Oh, yeah.
The
You
cockpit
should put
is
that away.
illuminated in blue for a brief moment.
We still need to train you with that.
Okay. As you guys are now floating near to the ship, what are you doing? Are you moving towards where you are able to dock, or are you backing
Let's
off?
just dock. I say we just dock. Or we take a crate at least.
Would we be docking on the? So what I'm assuming it's kind of like almost like a tow vessel, but in the front, so it kind of attaches to crates.
Yeah.
Rather than the crates being inside of the vessel itself, it attaches itself to crates, and the
Yeah,
crates
that's
are
sort of what it's
separate
like.
entities.
Yeah.
Okay, and the docking port would be part of the actual vessel, not part of the
Actual vessel.
crates.
So it was on like one of the side faces of this vessel, and from your scan, you had discovered that it's like all the doors that exit out of that room have been locked down. So you'd essentially have access to one room. It is what on the other side of that docking port.
One last thing as we approach, perhaps. Is there a way of connecting to the computer to perhaps see what initiated this lockdown, or what the threat might be, or what the vessel itself is transporting? If there's a chance, there's no point risking our lives for mining gear.
Oh, the mining gear cells.
Well, you know what I'm trying to say. Something that is not worth a risk.
Gonna look at
I
Zakian.
don't know. We're not going to be able to do it from our ship, I wouldn't think. Maybe from the outside near the cargo loads.
This could be our big break. Where are all your sense of adventures if the... Oh, what I'm trying to put across is if the Black Suns thought this was dangerous, they would have called me in.
Look, my sense of adventure died when we almost destroyed an entire village.
But we didn't.
No, that was just a massacre.
That wasn't us. We...
No, but if we had chosen different circumstances, perhaps it wouldn't have happened.
Oh yeah, so if we decided to pie rather than help the freedom fighters, yeah,
I don't know, Took. I don't know.
like I said before on Planet, they got what they wanted.
You're a very different person when you're watching It's Always Sunny on Naboo.
Wait, you guys found my missing CD?
Oh, that was your holodisc? Oh, I see. What did you think of it? Why season 14? I didn't get to watch the beginning. Is it good?
Yeah, I've got them all in my room. I can borrow. I
Oh,
can let you
please,
borrow
can
them if
we-
you want.
Right, well, when we get back on course, I would love to watch from the beginning.
What's with that Gungan
Yeah,
that's
no
always
worries.
touching his face?
Is that Gungan? Who's a Gungan? Me's the only Gungan here.
You should watch it with us.
Oh my
See,
god.
I'm sure you would enjoy it as well.
It's about your planet.
Is it Naboo?
Yeah.
I I have never had time to watch a Hollow series.
You are going to love it.
I say we board this vessel, and then when we all get back, we can all sit down and binge through It's Always Sunny in the Boo.
That sounds great to me.
If someone donates 10k, we'll do a one shot where you guys just watch It's Always Sunny in Naboo.
We each get to pick a character. There are
Yeah,
5 of
yeah.
us.
We'll go into like different phases where you play the gang.
I think Jay needs to be it's just Danny DeVito actually, isn't it? It's not even a
Yeah.
substitute now.
Yeah, it is Danny DeVito. You use the light side point.
No, it's not.
Anyway,
I love that.
Misa would just like to point out it's not always sunny in Naboo. I don't know why they call it this.
I think it might be ironic.
You think?
I don't know. I didn't see any.
Ironic.
I didn't see any sun in the show I watched.
so
The vessel.
the very scary, daunting vessel, which you may or may not explore. What's the plan?
Do we have like spacesuits on the ship?
That is not something you've seen.
So we'd have to go inside, otherwise we can't breathe.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to find. Yeah, the way the docking would work is you have like a tunnel mechanism on the I think it's like the right side of your ship that you would link up, and it would create a path to walk across.
I mean, if there is a way to like exit the ship without being connected to it, I mean, I could always go out.
Yeah.
I guess if the like what are you
Is
thinking?
our like oxygen within the shield, or
You could. I mean, there's an airlock that you could let. If you want to send Z out on his own, attached by like a rope, you could put him through the airlock, and then seal it up so you guys inside don't die, and then he could go out into space, and bridge across and try and access the ship that way. It'd be difficult because you would need like the docking procedure is what makes that door open. So it would be hard. You'd have to like find the manual release, and that would be.
I think if we are cautious, perhaps we can dock.
Finally, someone with some sense.
If danger arises immediately, we can always just undock and leave.
How long is the process to undock?
I've tried to undock and leave in many situations. It doesn't work off very well.
Not always.
Happened on Dathomir. No wise place to do that.
Oh my god.
I'm guessing you have quite a few children then, Turk.
Children? Not that I know of. Never heard of them.
Cough, cough, wink, wink. Mitch.
I'll take a note of that.
What are we looking for? Come on.
let's dock.
Okay. So you bring the ship around to the area in which you had scanned the docking mechanism to be. And Zakian, you're piloting. It's simple enough. You bring the ship round, you initiate a couple of buttons. You are requesting docking to this freighter ship. And after a brief wait, you just see like some numbers on the screen. Approved. And you hear like a as this like steam is let out, and you see now, those of you who are looking, like a small mechanical kind of like tunnel extending out of the ship from their side, and also a small one extending out the side of your ship as they dock in the middle. Such children. I can't. It's just funny, isn't it? It's just funny. As they connect, and it just says, pressurizing. Please wait.
So would that be an automatic process, or someone have to approve us to dock?
On a big ship like this, it would depend. Sometimes it would be automatic. Sometimes they might have that, like as a security measure, disabled. You're not too sure. You certainly know that the computer systems of this ship, at least on the bridge, are offline. So that probably was an automatic thing.
Was.
Yeah, it probably was an automatic thing.
That doesn't mean there's someone on there.
How do we
Well,
feel about taking hostages?
we're going to investigate.
You need to let it pressurize first. Unless you want your head to explode.
Point.
You see like a little bar filling up. It's like halfway already. It's pretty quick. Any last minute?
While everyone's in the cockpit, I'm gonna quickly march my way round to the little room and hide my thing in the ceiling.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna try and be quiet about it. I don't want them to hear like the clatter of the grate or whatever.
Okay, make a like a skullduggery check.
Oh, this is good with how his rolls have been so far tonight. He's
They-
fine.
They
We're gonna get
started
banned
getting better. I did actually succeed on something. Hey!
out.
A success as you march off, not discreetly. Everyone notices you leave the room, but you're able to quietly place the hard drive in the hidey hole. All right.
Oh.
And just like that, the pressurization is complete, and you hear another like as a door opens inside the tunnel.
I'm gonna
Not
get out my
going
pulse
first.
rifle.
After you, Captain.
Me first, yeah, of course. How do we feel about taking some hostages if we find some?
No.
What do you
What?
mean?
Jeez, why do we need them?
On an Ashida.
Yes.
I did
You
add
want,
2 and 2 together.
you want to sell people on Nashidar? Is that what you're suggesting?
Let them buy their freedom.
I think we've come to a common consensus about slavery, Turk.
No. I wouldn't sell them to people. They can pay us for saving them from this dangerous ship.
And what if they refuse?
Then we keep them on our ship forever.
Or we could just save them from this ship.
Yeah, I don't like the idea. We'll talk about it. We'll put a pin in it.
I think the pen has already been pulled, Turk.
Fine.
I don't know
right,
what work you were used to doing, but I think as captain of this new crew, you do not want a mutiny on your hands.
I'm too well received here. Receive a mutiny.
I very audibly like charge up my pulse rifle. Yeah,
You're a good person, Turk. I don't think you want to enslave people. That would be bad for reputation.
I'm like, oh, I missed all that. You audibly what?
I charged up my pulse rifle, so you just hear the as it like.
Ah, yeah, that's a good droid. Getting ready for the fight ahead, I'm sure.
Of course.
Right,
Let's get inside and see if we can
I
access the
shall
computer.
go first since I suggested.
Okay, so what's the marching order here?
We'll go after Turk because I got my gun.
I'll
ready.
go right in the middle.
I'll go next then.
I'll go last.
I figured
Behind
you'd wanna go
the
last.
Jedi. Yeah, of course. I have no
Oh, look at that ball
combat
there
skills.
in space.
All right, you're not actually in space, of course, but that's just for my reference. So it's Took, followed by Z, followed by Azakian, followed by is it
Bip
Kalal or Bip Bip? Okay, so Kalal's at the back.
Bit than me.
Okie dokie. Go that way. Ah. There we go. Oh. Okay, so you guys begin to walk your way through that tunnel, and you see there is still one door to to open that is on the side of that big ship, but it opens easy enough if you want to proceed. It's like a large as this shift, and then it pushes backwards and opens up on a hinge, and you step into a small airlocked room. The first thing you immediately notice is the stench of death.
Brilliant.
And all around you on the ground here, in this very small airlocked room, are the remains of a dozen or so uniformed workers. They line the walls of this one tiny room, and there's another door on the far side.
Is there any way to tell how they died?
You can go ahead and make a medicine check for me.
I'll do the same.
So whoever is
I'd be interested.
wanting to do that.
Definitely would not touch these motherfuckers.
So
I've seen Alien. Okay. That was a great sound effect. Gonna do mine for me, please.
Failure.
You have a look at the bodies. You can't see any wounds. They're pale. They're beginning to decompose. Like their skin has sort of sunk. But they're not too far gone.
What are the uniforms?
They're just like the uniform of this ship worker.
Okay. No, identifiable thing that looks like that they're aligned with a specific faction or group.
They don't seem like pirates or scavengers or anything like that. They very much seem like cargo workers. There's a couple of guys who are there's a couple of guys who are just in overalls. They seem more like the mechanic types. Mostly humans. There are a couple of I forget the race name. The blue people who are Australian type.
Oh, not the Chiss, but the Pandorans.
Pantorans. There's a couple of Pantorans. But
Pantorans.
yeah. One of those you notice actually seems to be dressed in almost like a captain's uniform. Seems like the bulk of the crew found themselves to this room somehow.
Has he got a hat?
He does, yeah. It's like a white with the black. It's like a gold little symbol on it.
Can we see if they were killed by by anything, if that makes sense? By,
you can make a medicine check if you like, bit.
Oh,
if you want to
medicine, yeah.
try and examine.
Yeah, I can see he was shot.
To determine the cause of death, you need to take a closer look. I mean, you can see blatantly there's not any obvious markings on them.
Right. Okay. That's
I'm taking the captain's hat.
Seeing if there was anything that stood out.
Took kneels down and takes a hat from the body.
I'll do a medicine check anyway. It's just gonna go wrong, but sure. Yeah.
A new record.
Oh, that tops the worst one.
Wow.
Bib, you sort of kneel down next to one of the workers who is.
You catch whatever he had.
Who is very dead, and you sort of touch his face, and he slumps down. You have no idea what caused him to die. You definitely don't see any blaster marks or pierce wounds, any kind of wounds at all.
Miss, I have a bad feeling about this.
How decomposed are they?
They've very much begun that process.
What? Sorry, go on. Sorry.
They're gaunt. They're not melting away, but.
Can I roll a medicine check to try and see how long, roughly?
Yeah, go for it. Wow, guys. You got 4 green on medicine.
I know.
Oh my god.
At least we're getting these out of the way now, I guess.
Fucking hell. So this is taken a few minutes now as you guys have been caught off guard by these the appearance of these bodies. Zach, you can't tell, man. They seem to be at a varied state. Some of them are a little bit further gone than others. But all of them have begun the process for sure.
I'm still hanging back by the airlock itself.
Uh-huh.
What What exactly do I see in this room? We've got the bodies that are on the floor. How close to the actual airlock are they? Because I'm assuming that my deduction is that they were attempting to get to the airlock when whatever happened.
Yeah.
And then are there like airlock space suits or things that like are in like lockers or the like?
There are a couple of like airlock spacesuits on the walls.
Are any of the bodies wearing them?
There are a couple of them who seem to be in the process of putting them on.
Okay.
And yeah, all the bodies are sort of slumped around the edges of the room.
So it seems like something spooked them enough where they felt the need to run to the airlock, put suits on, and escape into space. That's
You could
kind
that.
of my deduction from that. What are the doors again? It's just one at the other end.
Just one directly ahead of you, yeah. It's quite a small room, really. There's a lot of people for a small room right now. It's quite cramped.
How many bodies do we see?
About 12, yeah. 12 different bodies.
High risk, high reward, gentlemen. High risk.
You say that all
reward.
around the edge of the room, right?
Yeah.
Can I have a
Like-
little look around? Sorry.
It looks like they were all kind of like sitting up against the walls. Or at least they are. That's how they found themselves in death.
Should I have a look around the interior of the room and look for any like score marks or scorch from like I don't know, like
Yeah.
explosives or blasters or anything?
Yeah, you can. That'll be a perception check. You don't find any marks or any carbon scoring or smoke or anything to suggest there was some sort of battle in this room.
Are there vents in this room?
No,
Like where gas may come in and out. Okay.
not in this room. This is an airlock, right? There are like the I suppose there would be some form of vent, yeah, but it's not like a let's let air in, it's a sucky out. I guess it could be. Yeah, there would be vents, you're right actually. To let air in and out.
If I'm looking specifically for the cause of death by asphyxiation, like the air pressure was vented, the air was vented from the room, and they died from just no oxygen, no air in the actual airlock, as if someone had set the airlock off whilst all these people were inside. Would I gain anything by looking specifically for that rather than going, how did they die?
I'll give you some blue dice on a medicine check if that's what you're.
I would like to try and see, because at the moment my view on it is they've come into this room, they're all trying to put their suits on. Either they were running, like I'm assuming they were running from something or someone, and perhaps they set off the airlock whilst all these people were in here.
There definitely weren't enough suits. That
There
is one
weren't
thing to
enough
add.
suits.
There's maybe 4 suits for 12 people.
So first come, first serve, really.
How convenient, we only need 4 suits.
They might not fit some of you. It might be a bit baggy.
A bit tight.
But yeah, you can make another medicine check with I'll add a blue dice since you're working off a hunch.
Okay, are you ready for me to roll my terrible check?
I'm ready.
It's not going to be good. Nah.
You take a closer look, and operating off of that kind of like asphyxiation wavelength, you do rule out the fact that there are definitely no wounds on these bodies. Or that would have been caused by like blasters, knives.
But that doesn't
explosions.
necessarily mean that. It could be poison, gas could
Be a
have been
number of
vented
things.
into the room, could be disease, who knows?
Yeah.
Could even be psychic. Like Alistair could have come into this room and
Yeah.
only a few would get that. But yeah, is there a console in here?
Not in this room. This room is very much like a pass through it room. It's not a spend a long time here room.
One last question, I promise. The
Of
door
course.
that leads out, is there a window on it? Or is it like a straight up just completely no viewable, no view to the other side.
There's a window.
Okay, good to know.
There's a viewing port.
So is there no way? There's no console or anything in this room to open these doors to get out.
The doors have very big kind of like valves that you saw had to spin
okay.
and manually release.
Okay, so we can get out. Cool.
You could get out, yeah. You guys have spent about 5 minutes in here now.
How many other doors are there in this room?
Just the one.
You say
One
that.
leading
Well,
straight forward past in the direction you're heading, but Took is like the closest to. And the one back to your ship.
We played with their bodies enough. Are we ready to go?
Let's go.
I feel like I've played way too much Alien Isolation to feel confident about going any further.
Okay. So Took, are you gonna grab onto those handles and
Give it a little. Yeah.
twist? You do see through the viewing hole. It does lead out into a slightly bigger room, with like storage crates and containers and things inside as well. It's like some extra storage. As you,
How much bigger was our vessel from this one? Sorry.
your vessel
Like,
is
what's the
smaller.
size different? How much more? Like, is it like a big capital ship, or is it
It's pretty
just
big.
just in terms of like how much room? How many rooms there might be?
It's
ship-
large. This seems like
Okay.
it's much larger. Definitely double the size of your ship. Like more than double for sure.
Okay. Cool. Sorry. Just wanted to check.
As you spin the lever, that heavy clunk, and it looks like a as the door opens and that seal is broken, and you are now looking into a much larger room than the one you're in, and you're free to step through.
Yes. Step on in.
All right, it's the crew
Follow the leader.
single
leader.
filing
Oh.
in.
I'll follow immediately after, yeah.
Okay.
Guns still out.
Still staying at the back.
Zakian, are you following in straight behind Z? And Bip Bip.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you all make your way in, some eager, some less. And you find yourself sort of fanning out in a larger room. Perhaps it seems like a cargo bay in a way, for additional loot and cargo. You see different containers of different colors and sizes. Some seem very secure and hard to unlock. Some seem ripe for the picking. You don't see any more bodies in this room.
Any blood on the floor?
No blood. You do spot there is a door to the left, a door to the right, and a big double door straight ahead of you. They are all sealed. And one thing you do notice, they have been welded shut on top of that.
Oh, shit.
Do they have windows on them as well?
These do not. These are like heavy bulkhead doors.
Okay.
Do I notice the welded?
Yeah, you all would notice that immediately. It's like this huge kind of like crudely, quickly done weld down the middle to make sure they didn't open.
Let's search for a console. Something really does not sit right with me. Clearly, these people were running from something, and then something killed them in the airlock. Something that did not leave wounds.
So you're gonna have a look around for a console.
I'm not.
I
I mean, do I
wanna...
see anything from my perspective at the door where I am 100% staying until it's safe?
There are certain areas of the room where your view is like blocked by containers and other storage devices. You don't see an obvious console from where you're standing right now.
What's like the average distance to that big bulkhead double door at the other end?
So we'll say the bulkhead double door directly across is like 60 feet away. It's quite a long room. And then the ones to your left and right are about 15 to 20 feet away. And all between you, that space are containers and crates and barrels and all storage containers of all kinds.
I'm gonna go up to one of the like easier to open crates and like just bust it open, see what's inside.
Takes you a moment to pop the lid off, perhaps 30 seconds to a minute, as you're like sort of getting your fingers in the right place, and it's sealed, but you're able to break that. And inside you find... I've got a loot table for this. Inside you find, sir, a box of medical supplies containing 6 stim packs and 3 first aid kits.
I'm going to take them all out and just kind of turn around to the rest of the group just with them in my hands. I obviously can't use them. And I'm going to go and place them on the floor by the door.
All right.
Anyone can go and grab what they want.
It's only dust sticks. Oh, stim packs.
Just out of curiosity, are there any like vents from the ceiling? I know I'm
There
very,
are, yeah.
very like alien paranoid right now. But
There are vents
there
in
are-
this. There are vents in the ceiling, and also those kind of like floor vents all along the room.
do any of them look damaged?
Make a perception check. You really want
I
that to
don't
be a
know if I'm like
xenomorph.
look. I don't know if I'm just like paranoidly running off the suggestion that maybe you would include xenomorphs. I don't know, but I'm
The crossover of
paranoid.
the year.
Look. Stranger things have happened. Okay. Perception check. Did you say?
Yeah, and I am indeed ready for you. You are relieved to discover that you don't see any damage to any of the grates.
Okay.
They're all in place where they need to be. What are the rest
That
of you guys
is
doing?
itself great.
So you're saying the doors are welded shut,
They are completely sealed. They do not want to be opened.
and is that at the seals?
Yeah, where the doors meet in the middle, like all the way down, it's like welded shut.
A good job for you, Bip Bip.
Me was going to say, if you want me to open the door, I can open the door.
It's been trouble,
Me
guys.
said don't.
Good.
Me said don't to open the door. But if we decide to as a group, I will open the door. Can I go and pick up a stim pack?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're on the floor there.
I'm
I'll
just
just
going
take
to
the
pick up
one.
a step back. Yeah, I'm going to take one as well.
So there's 4
And
left.
then-
4 left.
Can I go to one of the crates
Mhm.
that are harder to open?
Yeah, there's like these big sort of like storage containers that have like a series of locks on the front that you can
Okay.
take you some
can I
time to either cut through or
Yeah,
attempt to
can I
unlock.
Can I just cut them off?
Yeah, so you get your lightsaber out and you plunge it in and you begin that process of like cutting a hole. Takes you about a minute 30 as you guys are watching, you see that circle is formed and then it clunk falls in. So what I'm gonna do is
As Bip's doing that, I watch him and I get out my data pad and I make notes. Can use lightsaber to cut through metal.
perfect.
Then put it away.
What you find inside of this fairly large container, surprisingly, is one small metal like briefcase style box. And as do you go in and approach it?
Yeah.
You sort of take hold of it, and you see a familiar looking symbol on top. As you click it open, inside you see 2 metal spheres that you take a moment to think about, and you're like, "That's what I threw at Jawa back on Cyrilla." You've found 2 thermal detonators.
Okay.
Why would you do that?
Can I walk out?
It's in like a little metal case.
Yeah. So can I take them out?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to take them out. Walk out. Go. Z.
I turn around, kind of just see what he's got.
And then you just see me standing there like this.
As soon as I notice what he's got, I march up.
Yeah, you
and I
know
hold
exactly
out-
what that is.
Yeah, I hold out my hand.
You also want these?
I would very much appreciate it.
Here you
Alright.
go.
I take them. I kind of like stare at them for a couple of seconds with them both in my hand, and I just look back up at him. If I was a biological, I would kiss you, I'm sure. And then
Okay.
I find somewhere to store them away.
Can those of you who haven't been looting, so that'll be Kalal,
Mm-hmm.
Took, and Zakian.
Yeah.
No, I don't like the smile. I don't like the laugh.
No, me neither.
Make a perception check for me.
Oh,
I
here
know.
we go. glad I picked up a stimmy.
We all going at the same time.
Perception.
I am ready for it.
Reception.
Second.
I
Where's
am.
the oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
pretty good.
All three
Can
of
I
you
use-
notice
Sorry, go on.
that. Do you want to use some of your advantage?
I wanted to use my advantage, one of my advantages, to learn something about the environment
So
or
that
the
is
situation,
yeah.
whatever
So
the thing is.
what you begin to notice is that, oh god, you didn't like. You've spent some time on the ship now, getting around the 10-ish minute mark. You're beginning to feel lightheaded.
Oh.
It's fucking gas.
That's where we're gonna leave it this week.
Oh, fuck. I ain't not gonna
Oh,
die. to
dear.
gas.
Thermal detonators! He's got more explosives!
Thermal detonators in a cabin full of gas. Don't do anything
Yes.
stupid.
There's plenty more containers if you guys want.
We're not gonna get fucking carbon monoxide poisoning, are we?
Well, you might get
See,
something
that's
worse.
why
You
when
thought,
I
mate.
said the seals that I thought it was.
Yeah.
Right, so what you're saying is Z should just walk around the entire thing and loot the place and we'll fuck off back onto the ship.
Or
Fine.
you guys can die of carbon monoxide poisoning, and then I'll take the crate fang and have my own adventure.
Well, good fucking luck. Good
Z
luck.
solo
I'm
story.
pretty sure
I
that
have two
ship.
thermal detonators now.
Okay, I
Yeah,
must feel
invincible.
less lightheaded because gas rises and I'm lower.
You don't know about
Unless
this
it's
gas.
carbon dioxide, it falls to the ground. You'd be the first to die.
Yeah, some gas is low down, boy.
This is Star Wars gas. It's different.
Yeah, it might not be.
It
It's
goes
probably
to exactly the height of a treasure fan's head.
Look,
It's
if you wanna
definitely
start
not
going into the
helium.
questions and have gravity works on a vessel with with manual gravity or whatever the phrase is.
yeah. Well, thank you very much for playing this guy's week. This guy's
This guy's
Yeah, this guy's weak.
weak.
This guy is weak.
what the fuck? I did say that I would give EXP this week based on last week as well. So, considering it was like a double session, I'm gonna go with the big old fat wad of 20 experience each
Yes.
off the bat.
Very nice.
Carlo, I'm gonna reward you an extra 5 for your encounter with the Azure leader and like talking your way out of that jam.
Oh yeah, yeah, I forgot about that. I
'Cause
thought
I
you were
remember
about to say for bringing up Swiss honey on the pig.
No. In fact, I'm gonna take away 5 for that. Shit. Does anyone else feel like they deserve another 5 experience for anything they've done?
I feel like I should take off 5 because I've turned up late.
No, that's
No.
fine. That's fine. You had
I feel like
IRL
I
shit
should
to
take off 5 for the absolute negative bits I've done.
do. No, but that's perfect for me because you're just causing chaos.
How do you think I feel?
True,
I turned up,
true.
rolled the dark side point, and then didn't roll 1 success.
Just pure disaster this week for the boys. All right, you know them
Yeah,
thermal
it's really
detonators
been
are like
up with us this week.
they're up there on the loot table in terms of value, I think. So
I
that's a
am
good find.
very excited. Thank you for giving them to me.
It's a good find.
Good
No
find.
problem.
Good find.
Right, well. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap the stream up there. It has been an absolute blast. Thank you so much, Woody Wobbles, for hanging out with us tonight. I know
Woody.
Shiny Sophie was in the chat as well. And Anouk, good to see you all. And of course, thank you boys for playing this guy's
Thank you
week.
for jamming.
It's been a ton of fun. We will see you here next Monday at 7 as always. And may the force be with you. Bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye-bye.
Bye.